Alright, I think I'm gonna go straight into Archon quest. Let's go to Hotel de Board.
I came here several times with my father when I was little, but stopped eating here as often after growing up. I hope the food here will be to your taste.
Oh, don't worry. We haven't eaten at a hotel like this in a while. Paimon's getting excited already.
In that case, I'll go order for us first. Please wait here a moment.
Okay, we're gonna eat some delicious food with Navia.
Looks so good. People in Fontaine sure know how to enjoy life.
What do we see on the table? Is that like French fries with chicken? A bread roll? Some soup?
Why, of course. Go ahead, try whatever you like. If the food's good, I'll make a group reservation for the rest of Spina di Rosula next time.
Oh. Is that garlic bread? Oh, you cannot see it due to my webcam. Wait. I will turn it off for a second to show you. Look, see? Is that garlic bread? By the way, I love garlic bread. I can have a whole, like, what do you call, whole loan of garlic bread, like without any problems.
And if it's not?
I think it's gonna be good.
Then I'll still bring everyone. Albeit with only one dish per table.
You, sure have your own way of doing things. Oh, we called this a farewell meal, but we could also treat it like a victory feast, right? We did just win that case after all.
It was a pleasure working with you. It's certainly worth celebrating.
Oh, true. Very true. In that case, boss, we'll have another 2 dishes.
Oh god.
Paimon didn't mean that you had to order even more food.
She's generous. I like that.
Speaking of cases, do you think that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances will get caught soon now that this has all happened?
Well, we've certainly taken a big step forward.
Oh,
but I feel that's about
that
it.
cake looks
We know
good.
that there's an organization that means to dissolve these young women, but we still don't know what they are really after.
If it hadn't happened right in front of us, Paimon wouldn't have ever believed that a person could be dissolved like that.
That was so scary, by the way.
Right? Yet it was because this was such a preposterous notion that the investigation could never really move forward before.
Ugh. If only that guy could have finished speaking! We were so close to hearing who was behind it.
In such investigations, even the smallest step can seem like a yawning chasm if the trail of clues is cut off. To be honest, I don't have high hopes for any follow-up that the authorities might conduct. It's not that I don't have faith in their ability, it's just that a different perspective is required in some matters. It's easy to guard against and deceive a single narrow perspective. A shift in thinking is required at such times in order to produce a breakthrough, which is exactly why the Spina di Rosula exists. Those highfalutin folk are not all-knowing. That's why we exist. To seep into the cracks where filth falls through, where their watch fails them. That's the kind of problems we solve.
Wow.
Seems Paimon thought things were simpler than they actually are.
It's all right. Well, this was supposed to be a farewell meal, so I doubt you have further interest in this business, right? Let's talk about something else. Like, what are your future plans?
We wanted to ask the Hydro Archon for some information, but we hadn't had much opportunity to do so. Okay, I'm gonna say the first
true.
one.
We didn't have a chance to speak to her after the trial ended. It didn't really seem like the right time or place to do it anyway.
Yeah, exactly. She wouldn't probably answer too.
Your primary objective, which has been foiled so far, was to have a chat with the Hydro Archon.
But instead we got a little duel with the Hydro
I've heard that there's a
Archon.
long line of people waiting to meet Lady Farina. I suspect you'll be waiting for quite a while, considering that you missed your chance today.
Yeah, we've heard that she's super popular here in Fontaine, and that it'll be tough getting any of her time.
Well,
As you can see
would you
now,
consider
I'm
some
fine.
more, unique ways? Perhaps even methods of, let's say, questionable legality?
I'm fine. I mean, I can go against the law if it's subtle.
Guess that's Spina di Rosula's boss for you. Chock full of sketchy ideas. Well, what did you have in mind?
Let's get back on track. We will meet Nuvi, then everything will be fine. Exactly. 100%.
Well, one way would be to infiltrate a performance troupe at the Opera House, only to abandon your act at the play's climax and ask to speak to her after the performance.
Oh, wow. That's not subtle at all.
I'm sure Lady Farina would be eager to see the ending, and would agree in order to finish watching the play. Don't you think?
Could you suggest something a little more practical? This plan seems pretty hard to pull off. We'd have to go learn how to act, and acting's really hard.
All right, here's another. Find a way to conceal yourselves under her bed. Then wake her up in the dead of night and demand answers. Don't let her go back to sleep until she answers all your questions.
I kind of like this method. It suits my personality more than, you know, acting and doing bip bip bip. This is a guarantee way to get the answer that you demand.
I can personally testify that this one works. When I'm sleepy, I'll do anything as long as I can finally get some sleep.
Me too.
That might work, but that's not really the problem. The problem is, we don't want to get ourselves arrested.
I will be fine with getting arrested in Fontaine, by the way. You probably know the reason already.
Valid point. I overlooked that part. I was just thinking about leveraging a person's desire for sleep.
How can you overlook something like that?
All right, no more joking around. Perhaps you could... Oh, I don't know. Cut the line when she's on a break. You did defeat her in court, clearing citizens of hers from false accusations. False accusations she had nearly upheld personally. I imagine that she feels quite ashamed about the whole thing.
Oh, probably. Maybe we can even help her, you know, save up her hurt reputation.
You mean that if we catch her while she's on a break, she might be too embarrassed to refuse? Oh, that does make some sense.
It's worth a try, I think.
Why don't we give it a try after this meal? You know, strike while the iron is hot and all.
Huh? Paimon, did you drink my Fanta?
Was this your drink? Sorry about that. Paimon wasn't really paying attention and the cup was right next to Paimon. Would you like to order another?
No, it's fine. We're just about done here.
Alright.
Paimon, stick with your own
Honestly,
drink.
Paimon wouldn't recommend Fanta anyway. It tastes kind of salty and icky.
Salty and icky. Is Fanta... I was about to ask same thing. Is Fanta Fanta? But Fanta is not salty. So I think the Fanta comes from Fontaine. But I don't know what type of drink it is. Well, I have to agree.
Is that so? Huh. Well, in that case, we'll have to blacklist the Fanta here then.
She's so
If
extra,
we're all
I like
finished eating,
it.
then I'll go pay.
Yeah, we're stuffed. Thanks for the treat, Navia.
Thanks for the food, Navia. Does Jade have shower? Yeah, I was about to say yeah, I already answered you.
So full. Paimon can barely float anymore.
You could try walking, you know.
That would be so...
She would be so short.
You know, like you.
Okay. As for expenses this month, we're left with...
Hey, Navia, what are you doing over there?
Is she broke because of us?
Oh, nothing. It was just a meal, you know? Nothing the Spina di Rosula can't cover.
Seems that was pretty tough for her. That was a pretty pricey meal, all thanks to Paimon.
Let's get ready to try to meet the Hydro Archon again. Bye, Navia!
It's probably fruit soda. I agree. It shouldn't be soda. or maden suyu, because it's not salty. It's just, I mean, it doesn't even have a peculiar, like, particular flavor. Like, I cannot say it's salty or it's sweet or it's bitter. No. It's just carbonated water, which I like, by the way, with a slice of lemon in it.
So this is goodbye, huh? Well, if you do encounter any other trouble in Fontaine, you're always welcome to contact the Spina di Rosula. I'll give your request the highest priority.
Oh, thank you, Navia. She's
In
so
any case,
nice.
I wish you smooth sailing. I'll see you again, partner.
See ya!
Bye, Navia. I wonder which part of, I mean, what will make us stay in Fontaine, because we talk like we're gonna leave. Got a Fontaine Plaza in front of the Opera House. Like, what's gonna happen that will make us stay? I think I'm about to find out shortly. Every water has taste, though. That's true. That's true. But you cannot call water's taste like salty or sweet or, you know, any particular flavor. But you can tell that some brands of water, like, they differ from each other.
There aren't many people around anymore. Looks like that boat we took to Araneas might have been the last one.
Vache.
Uh-huh. What's going on?
Looks like we're back here again. Huh? Traveler?
Yes.
Are you hearing voices again?
And it's clearer than it was during the day.
Ugh, that's kinda spooky. Are you sure we don't want to come back in the morning?
No.
Vache. Vache.
It's like a ghost trapped in the fontaine. Like, what is going on?
Why are you still walking towards it? There might be something nasty in the water.
I can feel strong emotions. Things are getting a little blurry. Strong emotions, let's say.
Hang on. Paimon can kinda hear a voice.
She hears it too!
For Vache, right?
Yes!
Hey, Traveler? Stop walking!
Why is Traveler look kind of hypnotized? Oh no. Did we pass out? We did pass out, right? Oh, it's the Oceanid! Where is this?
Vache. Are you my dear Vache?
No, sadly, no, I'm not.
No, wait. You seem to be someone else. Do you know Vache? Do you know where my love is?
I'm afraid not.
I'm... Wait. Who am I?
Oh no.
I'm very sorry. I fear I do not know. My memories feel like they have been washed away like a flood. So many fragments dissolved amidst the tide, never to be recovered. How much have I lost? How many things that I once held dear while on land have I since forgotten?
You were once human?
Yes, that is what I was once. But now,
Oh,
I am but the consciousness of one who is lost, therefore.
you lost your form. If Oceanid was a human, then does that mean all Oceanids and all Hydro beings were once human? Does that mean Oceanids and those Hydro little monsters, they were all once human that are from Fontaine? Because that makes so much sense if you know, think about Fontainians can dissolve into water. So they can turn into water creatures. Is that right? That's my theory. So you lost your form. I'm wrong. Oceanid born from tear of egress. Nope. That's a real Oceanid. Former Hydro Archon. What? Oh yeah, it's former Hydro Archon. So I was wrong. Okay, fine. I thought I was onto something, you know. Okay, you lost your form. Then what happened?
I don't know how I came to be like this either. I only vaguely remember being covered in light blue water, and then all grew dim.
Oh, light blue water. So she dissolved into water because of that special water. I forgot its name in the first part of the quest. Yeah, could she be one of the girls who were dissolved? Yeah, exactly.
I also remember going to many places. I loved adventure, loved exploring places of peril.
Primordial water, true. Primordial water, yes.
No matter where I went, Vache would go with me. I knew how dearly he loved me.
That's so
And
sad.
I
She's
also
missing
loved
her
him
lover.
equally as much. But now, we can no longer go back. The pain of such parting. I never knew how heavy it could be.
I want to give her a hug. Oh no. So you need me to find him?
No, our reunion no longer has any meaning. There is no way for us to create any new memories. The thought of me gives him no succor. So let it lie forgotten beneath the waters. If you meet Vache, tell him not to look for me.
Oh my
Tell him
god.
to move on. That is the only thing I still remember.
I believe it will be hard for him to forget you.
Perhaps that is so,
That is so
as I was
sad.
submerged in the waters, losing consciousness. I saw Vache above the surface. His eyes were filled with such sorrow, such longing. If only I could have comforted him, told him that I did not suffer. Indeed, I had felt a great warmth.
That means Vache was a witness to the fact that you dissolved.
Is that what you call it? Dissolving? If anything, I consider it a form of release.
Oh.
It was a state of neither fear nor frenzy, with only an endless peace, like the water's still surface. I could also liken it to being a thirsty person who drinks water for the first time, and only then sees how they have lived for so long in a world of endless want and anxiety.
It seems that after the body is dissolved, some measure of consciousness still remains.
I think I hear your companion. It's time for you to go, I think.
Is that Paimon? Right, I wonder how much time has passed in reality.
Farewell, then. I am
Farewell,
glad that you were
Oceanit.
able to
Oh,
sense
no.
my presence. Remember, if you see Vache, tell him not to seek me out any longer.
Why do I feel like Vache was a part of her dissolving? I mean, I don't want to be judgmental, but oh my god, Paimon is having a panic attack. What is going on?
Navi's outnumbered!
What happened? How much longer we were past that? Oh my god. Yeah, she's a claymore for sure. So she was protecting us when we were past that.
Look out!
Wow, what is going on?
Dear God, it's a whole army of Gardamex.
Are they out of control? Because they shouldn't be attacking civilians, but
Chlorine?
Chlorine? Oh, okay, so she's one of us, right? I thought she was leading them for a second. Oh, she's so cool.
Quick, now's our chance!
Play girls. Oh my. I want her. She uses a gun and a sword. I want her. Oh, that was insane. The duo I never knew I needed. Literally. She kind of looks like Catherine, but she go. Oh my god. That was such a badass scene.
For lending
Exactly.
us your sword there, Clorand. But before I do so, could you explain how you managed to show up here?
Maybe she heard of it. Like, what was the reason for all those mechanical things that attacked us.
I followed you. It seemed to me that danger has followed you more closely as of late.
Was she following her because she wanted to protect her? Or she was following her because she was spying on her? The two different reasons, two different outcomes. That will change my whole idea of Chlorinde.
I believe that following someone without their knowledge is actually called stalking, is it not?
Mr. Callus's last wish was for me to ensure your safety, and I will not betray his trust.
Oh.
He would do the same, were he alive today.
Okay, so
Do not speak of my father.
she's following her father's last wish. Totally reasonable. So why Navia is upset about it?
Sorry, demoiselle. I was not strong enough.
It's okay, Silver.
Thank you for your aid, Miss Chlorinde, but do keep an eye out for your manner of speech. I believe we all wish to avoid unnecessary emotional harm.
Sorry, I did not consider your feelings.
But she was trying to protect her,
What else
so
do you know? How did you come to the conclusion that I'd be in grave danger?
I doubt I know much more than you, but I believe that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances is very powerful. Your performance tonight will almost certainly attract their attention.
I'm sure they've known about me. To be honest, I'm shocked it's taken them this long to act against me.
So this was their doing, the kidnappers doing.
What about these Gardamex?
Oh,
I
Gardamex.
thought only those
Okay.
associated with a Maison Gardiennage could control them.
None of these mecha have serial numbers. I was sure to check a moment ago. They are not the ones used by the authorities to enforce the law.
Oh, they're smuggled. Smuggled Gardamex.
I can only conclude that some powerful or wealthy party must have obtained them via illegal means, deploying them as a private force of sorts.
Florian's so soft-spoken. Yes, I didn't actually expected her to be this soft-spoken. She speaks like in a very gentle and calm tone, which is really soothing. she can follow me every day. Reasonable.
Your point being that they're out of Spina di Rosula's league, then?
Yes, be careful, and do not act rashly.
Lauren, you know you can stick around with us.
I will continue investigating no matter what. We will bring the truth to light. That's my father's true last wish. Regardless, thank you for your help today, Chlorinde. But if you get any ideas, tell me first. I don't much appreciate being followed.
So she can join the party.
I do not think that they'll strike again anytime soon. So I shall stop following you.
No.
Good day, all.
Okay, bye, Chlorinde. Thank you for helping us.
Right.
She slayed.
I suppose that's the best
and
news
left.
we've gotten today.
Demoiselle, I believe that Miss Chlorinde was being sincere with you. If we tried, we could attempt to thaw relations a little.
I agree.
I know, she's...
What just happened?
Oh, thank goodness! Paimon thought we were done for! Those Gardamex came out of nowhere while you were unconscious, and Nadia and her gang saved us! Oh, and there was
We
that
were
champion
saved.
duelist named Chlorinde who came out to save us too! We got lucky there. Paimon probably couldn't have fought them off otherwise.
Oh, so you're a fighter now, Paimon. Thanks for the rescue, Navia.
Oh, come now. Forget all that polite talk.
Of course, she
That
literally
wasn't
saved
really
our
a
life.
farewell meal we had back there. Not for me, anyway. In truth, I hope that every meal we have together shall be a victory
Aw.
feast.
But this is the reason we are not gonna leave, because Gardamex went boo-boo and attacked
As
us.
such,
So
we're
we
still
were
partners.
actually
There's no need to thank me.
targets for those of those kidnappers. We're still partners, no need to thank me, oh
It will
god.
take 50 years for me to match Demoiselle's magnanimity.
If it were me, I would have joined the Spina di Rosula on account of her goodwill long ago.
All right, you two. That's enough.
Actually, Navia, how did you know that we were in danger? You sure did show up in the nick of time.
Well, to be honest, you're the one who tipped us off, Paimon.
What?
Huh? Really? Paimon contributed somehow?
She can't even believe that she contributed into something.
Yes, All thanks to you grabbing my drink by mistake.
Oh,
How did that
exactly. I have the same
After we
question.
parted ways, I was on the way back to one of our bases when I suddenly thought of what you said. That the Fanta tasted kind of salty and icky.
Wait, you mean that I thought it tasted strange as well, but I couldn't be sure.
Fanta only comes in sweet flavors. So how could it have tasted salty? The color of the drink, if I recall, had also been a bit off.
So someone was trying to poison us?
So the
What?
Fanta had been spiked with water from the primordial sea?
Oh my god, imagine if Navia drank it. She would have been dissolved.
Yes. So if you hadn't drunk that cup for me...
Oh.
Spina di Rosula is preparing the grandest of awards for you as we speak for saving the boss.
Well, it was unintentional. How did they even spike the drink? We were at a hotel. Their arms are so long, guys. They're even a bigger threat than we thought they were.
Really?
Fortunately, Paimon, neither of us are from Fontaine. Otherwise, we would have been dissolved.
I sent people to Hotel de Boer to investigate, but whoever did this left no trace at all. That's when I figured out that you might be in danger and hurried here as quickly as I could.
But why would they go after us too? All we did was defend Linny in court and help clear his name. Ugh.
Of course we are.
In this mess too, aren't
Of course. In every region, we have to get caught up in a mess. Otherwise, we wouldn't be the main character.
Well, you did foil a plan that they were probably pretty proud of, and almost got their name in the process. Speaking of which, did anything strange happen when you drank the primordial seawater?
Well,
Not
it can't
really.
be coincidence that the traveler fainted just now. She said that she heard that voice calling for Vache again.
Well, but we heard it before too, so I don't think it should be related with the primordial water, is it?
Oh, and this time Paimon heard it too, but it was real faint. Does this situation have to do with the primordial seawater then?
According to Lynette, the ability to hear voices like that has to do with one's sensitivity to the hydro element. So when you drink... So when you drink primordial water, your sensitivity to hydro element increases. Maybe that's the case.
Does that mean the primordial seawater raises someone's sensitivity to hydro when it's used on people
That's
who
what
are
I
not
said
from
just now.
Fontaine?
That doesn't sound like too much of a bad thing, to be honest.
I also gained some new intel.
New intel? While you were out cold?
Well, let's hear it, shall we?
The voice in the fountain belonged to one of the missing women. A person named Vache was a witness when she dissolved.
Oh, that is important.
You tell everyone about what happened while you were connected to Ocean's
Vache.
consciousness.
That name doesn't ring a bell.
Ah, too
I
bad.
suppose he hasn't stepped forward as a witness in court lately. Since he saw that young woman dissolve, he was at least at the crime scene.
So how didn't he witness in court?
He never gave testimony or any information regarding people dissolving in the primordial seawater. Could he have been threatened?
If he's still alive, we should try searching for him.
Thank you. This is very important information indeed. We will continue to investigate.
By we, you mean us too, right?
Oh, you mean you'll help us investigate?
Well, you did say that our farewell meal didn't really count. That means we're still partners, right? And besides, we're in this now whether we like it or not. You're not gonna let those people who targeted us get off the hook so easily, are you, Traveler?
Messing with us will cost them. This will prove to be their biggest mistake.
Demoiselle, do try not to look quite so pleased. You are the face of Spina di Rosula, after all.
Oh my gosh, she looks adorable. You have to see that smile. Okay, wait. Oh god, look at her face. Oh my god, it's adorable. That little smile, so cute.
You talk too much. Well, in that case, let's head back to one of our bases, shall we? I'll arrange accommodations for you.
She can look as pleased as she wants. That was so cute. Come on. Wow.
We also have some plans to go over, and hopefully we can deepen our bonds as partners. But we'll take that one step at a time, I guess.
Don't worry, you two. With us around, our base is definitely secure.
Yeah, I want to believe that. Go to Spenadiro Rusula Stronghold. Oh, I think it's really far away. Bam. How am I even going to find it? Okay, let's go here. Welcome to the Adventurers Guild. Go to Spina di Rosula Stronghold. It's below. Yep. And then I'm gonna jump. That was closer than I expected it to be. Oh, are we gonna go down?
It's right up ahead, but let's make sure we weren't followed first.
I've been keeping watch, Demoiselle. I haven't spotted anyone suspicious thus far.
Very good. But let's not let our guard down for now.
I shall find rooms for our respected guests.
Thank you,
This city's a maze. I agree. Oh god, wait. I thought we were gonna go down. Oh, we are gonna go down. Good thing I already unlocked this waypoint. That surprised me a little when you said Pimon. Talk to Melus. Where is Melus? Aha, there he is.
So, this is your base? It's not quite what Paimon imagined.
Why are you dissing the base
Your
Paimon?
accommodations have been arranged. Under the present circumstances, I can confidently say it's the best we have.
Well, thank you. Well, so much for my expectations.
Well, our funds have been a little tight lately.
Aww, she looks... Okay, I'm sorry, I'm
After
sorry.
all, we don't allow illegal or unethical profiteering. In fact, our funds often come from citizenry who support us.
Aww,
Seems like it's tough times for everyone.
exactly.
But if you have the support of the people, that does sound like it's worth it.
To be honest,
I mean, aren't we
our financial
rich? Why don't we
situation was a
pay
lot
for our
better back when
own
my father was in charge a
accommodation?
few years ago. I'm afraid I'm not quite his equal.
Your father, he was the previous boss of Spina
Yep.
di Rosula, right? How did he...
Demoiselle, if you'll allow me to explain.
No, I'll explain it myself. I suppose I couldn't run from this topic forever. And as partners, this is something I hope they can understand.
What
My
happened?
father's name is Callus. Yes, the same one they call Callus the Unfaithful in the streets.
Unfaithful?
3 years ago,
Why?
he was accused of murdering his own friend. But he chose a duel to defend his honor instead of standing trial. He died in the duelist's ring.
Oh no.
Oh no.
But I do not believe my father was a murderer. I'm sure he was set up. At the time, I believed that if he only stood trial and was duly investigated, something amiss would crop up and prove his innocence. But strangely, he not only requested the duel himself, but rumor has it that even after being seriously injured, to the point where he could be deemed as having lost the duel, he refused to surrender, determined to die in the arena.
Well, looks like his honor was wounded so deeply that he was okay with losing his life on that arena, defending his honor. Oh no. It's kind of sad.
3 years later, I still don't understand why he did that. How could he protect his honor if he's dead? If anything, he gave up his chance to defend himself.
It does seem quite odd. Do you have any clues as to why?
The closest piece of info I have is that my father had been investigating the serial disappearances case at the time of his death.
Oh, so he was targeted.
Ah, so that's why you're so determined to get to the bottom of that case.
That's right. I've also tried to investigate the murder my father was implicated in, but I haven't found a single new clue in my countless reviews of the investigation records. However, I believe that if the murder case is related to those behind the disappearances, they must know something. I must know what really happened. Was my father coerced? Framed? Even if he really did kill his friend, I must get to the truth.
I believe he was framed.
If only he'd
By the
been more open
kidnapper.
with me when he was still alive.
And so he was secretive.
He even hid the fact that my mother died due to complications when giving birth to me.
I hate it. I hate when parents do this. Like, you have no right to keep your children in the dark, especially on like, serious matters like this, like her mother's death, and as to why he's so insistent to go into that duel, and he's okay with losing his life, leaving his daughter behind. I mean, it makes me a little bit annoyed,
And
to be
now-
honest.
Here I am investigating his death. You really are a handful, aren't you, Papa?
Seeking the truth for the sake of your family. You know, we are quite alike in this regard.
Demoiselle, please, if there is anything I can do, anything at all.
Silver, you're so nice. I mean, I'm not judging. Like, I guess her father had a really good reason, because they always do in Genshin's backstories. But right now it seems like he was just being secretive and keeping her in the dark. But in reality, he probably was trying to protect her.
I also will never believe that Master Callus murdered anyone. There are none whom I respect more than the two of you, Demoiselle. Master Callus did so much good in life, yet all it took was one murder case for him to be dubbed Callus the Unfaithful. Even our supporters decreased greatly due to that incident, hence our strained finances at present.
Wait,
Too
if
bad.
Callus was such a good man, wouldn't people at least be a little suspicious when he was accused?
No. Perhaps people just revel in that kind of drama. It's not something exclusive to people from Fontaine, really. Everyone's like that.
I think people from Fontaine are a little bit more like that. Like, they want a drama, so they don't want to think about the truth behind a case. They just want to thrill of that case while it goes on and on, no matter if it's really true or not.
People love watching the evil turn over a new leaf, but they also enjoy watching good people fall into an abyss from one slip-up just as much.
Because it's the drama they're looking for.
But how could...
It's thrilling to watch,
Never
to
mind.
witness.
If Callus was really falsely accused, we have to find the truth. He didn't deserve to have that happen to him.
Exactly.
There is one other thing. Master Callus's opponent in the duel was Miss Clorand.
Oh my god, so she... Oh no. Oh no. Clorand. They probably had a deal between them, between Master Callus and Clorand. Because there's no way she would just go ahead and slay Navia's father. She's still trying to make Master Callus's last wish come true. Like, she's trying to protect Navia. But now I can clearly understand why Navia was so upset after seeing Clorand. I believe there's something more going on in, like, behind the scenes. I think, as I said, Clorand and Callus had an agreement behind the scenes. That's why he was okay with losing his life on that battlefield or duel field. But it's so sad if you think about it. Like, imagine what Clorand must have felt like.
Oh, her? Well, then, isn't that as good as saying that she was the one who killed him?
Exactly. No wonder the move was a little strange between the two of you.
Yeah, that's not the sort of thing that you can just let go and move on from.
Jade, do you remember what Dane said about Fontaine? The god of justice lives for the spectacle of the courtroom. It is all the drama / theater. Yeah, I remember. That's why I said it. Like, they just want a drama. They don't care about what goes on behind the scenes. They just want that thrill of court. It is always twist and joy for Frina. Exactly. That was what I was going for. But it's kind of, you know, kills the whole aim of justice. So it's not actually justice if you only care about the drama and the thrill or the unexpected plot twist in a case. So that judgment is not true face of justice, if you ask me. It's for making king happy, you make fake trial. I mean, what's the point?
Miss Clorand has always placed great emphasis on the honorable nature of the duel. If her opponent doesn't yield, she will not stop either.
Oh my gosh.
She knew Master Callus beforehand and greatly respected him, but seeing how he was resolute in the arena, there was only ever one choice she could have made.
It's not that I don't understand her at all, but I just can't deal with this yet.
I mean, it is not something that is easy to deal with.
Don't worry, Navia. Paimon knows how you feel. You don't have to force yourself to do that.
Afterward, Miss Clorand told us that at the start of the duel, Master Callus requested that she ensure Demoiselle Navia's safety.
Then that indicates that he intended to die in that duel.
Yes, that is our understanding as well.
Oh, Papa. What madness drove you to ask the person who killed you to take care of me?
They had an agreement. I already know.
Anyway, that's the information I wanted to share with you. Even if it did sound like I was just complaining towards the end.
No, it's alright. I understand how important this is to you.
Thanks. You two should go and rest. This was quite a day after all.
Yeah. Paimon's beat.
Please, relax and get some sleep. We will ensure you rest soundly.
Thank you, Silver. Alex wants me to... Can you tell me a vision, a region, and a weapon, please? It is for a challenge. Hydro Inazuma Sword. Has it been said already? I'm saying Hydro Sword Inazuma. How was... You know me so well. Do you mean Ayatsu Jade? Maybe. In short, like everyone, like in the shortest of seconds, you understood who I was going for. You know me so well. Oh God. Alright, let's rest, shall we? Peaceful night passes under the Spina de Rosula's protection. Ew, Paimon, what kind of yawn was that?
This place feels almost too safe, huh? Navia? Where did the other two go?
I sent them back to Poisson. It's Spina de Rosula's place of origin, and where we have our headquarters. There's not much for them to do here at the moment.
Paimon gets the feeling that you're just trying to get them off your back. But never mind that. When did you get back? Were you waiting here the whole time?
No, I just returned after going out for a while. I did some investigating yesterday regarding the name Vache.
Oh.
Wait, so you didn't sleep at all?
She pulled an all-nighter?
How could I after having such critical new evidence appear?
A true detective.
Paimon wasn't speaking for everyone just now, huh?
Unfortunately, this name seems to have been wiped from existence. It doesn't seem to have a match anywhere. I suspect that those behind this have already taken steps to hinder an investigation from this angle. But that does prove that this Vache person is a key witness in the incident.
Does that mean we're too late, though?
They already swiped... No. Swoop? No. Sweeped? No! They already cleared their tracks, let's say. I don't believe no one in Tibet. I have trust issues. I don't care if you lied. If it's in the village, I will believe. Exactly. I agree with you. I would believe him even if he lied. Though I believe he wouldn't. Swept. I couldn't find the word for it, but you know what I mean.
No. There is one ray of hope. One place in Fontaine that they would find almost impossible to threaten. No matter... And that is the archives kept by Chief Justice Neuvillette. A place where detailed files on all the cases in recent years are kept.
Will Chief Justice let us in archives?
If the Oceanette you met is one of the young women who went missing recently, we should be able to find some related information there.
Did she just say Oceanette? Were we pronouncing Oceanette all this time wrong? She said Oceanette. Well, I'm gonna say Oceanette. I'm sorry. No, I'm way too used to saying that. I've been saying that for 2+ years now. No, it is Oceanette for me.
So Neuvillette maintains an archive of case files? Whew. Guess that's the hard-working Chief Justice for you. In that case, let's go talk to him, shall we?
Why is she hesitating?
Aren't you coming along, Navia? Did you get tired?
Is she shying away from Nuvi?
No, it's nothing. Let's go see the Honorable Chief Justice.
Yes, let's go see Honorable Chief Justice. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to see him. Jay, did you know that Linny is canonically romantic?
Come on.
Really? How so? Okay. He's Risley before Rivalry. Let's go see Nuvi. I'm ready. Where is he? Nuvi. Oh god, we're already here. I'm ready. What is she pointing towards?
Halt! Please state your business here. The Chief Justice is presently occupied with official matters.
Oh no.
This place
what
does
is
look pretty heavily
what is he
guarded.
busy with?
Guess that proves that Neuvillette's files are really secure.
Hey, don't you recognize us?
Huh? Who are you? Just to be clear, I don't care who you are or who you might be related to. Our rules make no exceptions.
Is this the one guarding the opera's exit that day?
See? They've got great discipline, too.
Yep. Paimon can tell. If you're here just to crack jokes,
No,
I can
we're
point
not.
you towards the exit. Unlike some, we're busy. So please leave if you don't have a reason to be here.
You're very sassy, but oh god, I have a very good reason to be here. I want to see Nuvi. Now bring me to him, okay? So I don't want to be rude here.
No. What I meant to say is, shouldn't you remember us from a few days ago? We were at the trial of the great magician Linny.
I knew it.
Oh, yes, I remember. I read about it in the Steambird. You must be Linny's attorneys. It's all coming back to me now.
That's
We're
true.
here today to report and archive some information on a follow-up case.
So,
Is that even a thing?
Of course. Don't worry. We're here on official business. You can trust us.
All right then, I'll let you through. The Chief Justice is just inside.
well, that was very easy.
Thanks so much.
What if you're lying? I mean, I'm not complaining. I'm gonna see Nuvi. Knock on the door.
Please come in.
Of course. Hello. Hi. Oh, you have a pretty nice office. Very. Oh my god.
Sorry to barge in, Monsieur Neuvillette. We only lied to get in because we didn't know any other way.
Bye,
It's all
Mom.
right. Please let me know how I may be of assistance to you.
So you're not mad at us?
Come on, of course he's not mad at us.
We're looking for a man called Vache. He may have been an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case. If we can find him, we may be able to unearth some key information on the case.
Ah, I see. In that case, please wait here a moment while I browse through the files.
Okay.
Who knew that Neuvillette would be so easy to talk to?
He's so gentle and kind. Oh, those flowers are really... Okay, that's fine.
Unfortunately,
By the way, you redeemed after I go into cutscene. I actually didn't forget. And I will change it after the cutscene, so be patient. So he didn't find anything?
I'm quite certain that no one by the name of Vache has been involved in any case, criminal or civil, in the past several years.
Oh no. I believe Vache is not even a real name at this point.
There are no records of him either in the files or in my memory.
Guess that's that. So we are back to square one. I mean, look at him. Look at his eyes.
Traveler, what if it was really just a dream?
Is that so? All right then. Thank you so much, Monsieur Neuvillette. We'll take our leave now.
No, no, no. This was too short. I want to stay. He cleared his throat. So, was that it?
Miss Navia, I can understand how you feel. Your father, Callus, was a truly exceptional man. We deeply regret his passing.
Oh my god. And he's compassionate too. I'm gonna cry. How could this man be this perfect?
And what are you trying to say, Monsieur Neuvillette? Are you trying to console me? Extend your sympathy? Or just express some tendril of regret?
I mean, I can understand her rage.
No. You are not trying to do any of that. I can hear it in your voice. There's no emotion behind your words. You only said those things because you felt like you should.
Well, I heard some sympathy in his voice, but that could be just me. Oh god, well, I think he looks sincerely sorry.
It's just like last time. After my father took his place in the duelist ring, I pushed through the guards to talk to you as a last resort. You even told me then that you thought there was something fishy with the case, yet you still allowed the duel to go ahead.
Oh.
In your eyes, the value of a human life is nothing compared to those cold laws you hold so dear.
She is roasting him.
If you truly regret my father's death, then why didn't you call a stop to the duel?
She's crying. Oh my god, no. Maybe he didn't have a choice to stop it. I don't know.
Why didn't you give me the power to stop him from throwing his life away? Why did you just let him die, despised and hated by all?
Oh my god. Navia, oh, I'm so sorry. Wow. That's just next level. Hey.
Everything was hanging on a thread at that moment. Just the tiniest effort could have changed everything.
She's right. And looks like she really tried hard. But you know, what happened happened.
There are still so many things I never got to tell him. So many questions he still owes me answers to. If you really have no heart, then just look me in the eyes. I, Navia, will show you the true meaning of regret.
I don't think he doesn't have a heart. I mean, that's kind of harsh.
I'm sorry, Miss Navia.
You and my father are truly alike, You keep all kinds of things in your heart and never say a word to anyone. It's not so much that you can't feel, but that you would never express anything. Oh well. In any case, everyone already knows full well the apathy of the Chief Justice.
I mean, let's not go there, shall
My
we?
apologies for taking my emotions out on you, Monsieur Chief Justice. Let's go, Traveler and Paimon.
Yeah, after unloading all of that, saying my apologies. I mean, I'm very sorry, Monsieur Nuvi. You didn't deserve any of that. I'm pretty sure there must be something that kept you from taking action. I mean, I think it's wrong
Navia,
to
are you okay?
accuse Nuvi of her father's passing, like, completely.
I'm fine.
But I'm pretty sure she's just looking for someone to blame after, like, this whole incident, because it's not easy on anyone.
Rain. It's raining.
And she's really pretty.
You're right. Wasn't it still sunny when we went into the building? And there shouldn't be any active trials today. How strange.
Now that I think of it, on the day my father was convicted of murder, it was also raining.
Rain.
What is it?
Is
Did
it-
you think of something?
Is it weird to rain in Fontaine? Your father's case. Was he outside when it happened?
Yeah, he was outside. It was uncovered and the rain could fall there. Why? Do you think the rain could have affected the crime scene? That thought has occurred to us before. We've even expanded the search area to try to account for that, but didn't find anything of value.
But there was something you didn't know at the time.
Wait. You don't mean...
The fact that people can be turned into
So
water.
you're saying that the true murderer could have been turned into water and then got washed away with the rain?
Oh.
Yeah. And if that's what had happened, then no one would have believed your dad, even if he explained what he saw to the authorities.
I really think I found a true genius for a partner. You're completely right. How did I not connect the dots earlier?
He's crying. Nuvi's crying. Hydro Dragon, don't cry. No. I swear I'll cry. I'll cry at this second if it's... Nuvi, no, don't cry. No. Navia, you made Nuvi cry. How am I supposed to forgive you after all this? Made my precious Nuvi cry? If you buy into Hydro Dragon theory, I think it makes total sense. I mean, look at him. He could easily be Hydro Dragon. I'm gonna buy into it. So please, Nuvi, don't cry.
All right, let's go to Poisson. With this new lead in mind, we'll get to the bottom of my father's case for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna make progress for sure this time.
Do you want to go with me now? Or do you want to head over by yourself later?
Yeah, I'll join you later
Alright,
because I
and I'll
have
wait
stuff
for you
to
at
do. Poisson, here I am. We have a hydrocolus here. Let me try to get that. Oh my god, I really didn't know that. I'm sorry. I didn't see any spoilers. No worries. I probably missed it between texts. Where is the hydrocolus? Is it here? Oh, maybe it is. Aha, it is for sure here. BCC. Enter. Where is it? Oh my god, where is it? I'm literally on it. Okay, you know what? Never mind. Hi, Navia. She waves at us. Cute, but no, you made Nui cry.
Whoa. What a huge ship! Why would a ship be anchored at a place like this?
There's no need to be so surprised. While it may look like a ship, it's actually Spina di Rosula's headquarters.
Oh, really?
My father was the one who asked for it to be built like this.
Oh.
Perhaps our taste in exterior design is the only thing we occasionally had in common. A gigantic and glamorous ship embodies discovery, opportunity, ambition, and conquest. It symbolizes Spina di Rosula's bright and limitless future.
I think I'm starting to get why you like it.
Paimon thought you were bluffing when you said Spina di Rosula had a glorious past. Paimon was confused why a group with such a history would live in the sewers. But now that Paimon has seen this ship for herself, she's been convinced.
Well, Poisson is where Spina di Rosula began, after all. It's our main base, our home.
About the Melus on the ship.
Go!
What? Oh, that was an accidental click. So bear with me when I'm playing with keyboard. You know I'm not really good at it. Her eyes are amazing, but Shenhe has just perfect eyes. I think both have amazing eyes, but the best eyes in this game, like, factually belongs to Nui. I mean, have you seen his eyes? They really did top-notch designing there. I mean, the color, the shape, everything is just gorgeous. I'm not even biased, it's just a fact. Alright, I'm almost there. Okay, how am I going to go? Ah, okay. Here it is. Oh, Furina's eyes. Yeah, Furina's eyes are really good too. I really like... I actually really like the right eye of Furina. It looks really maniac and psychotic because of the different colors of pupils, and she has like a lighter purple color in one of her eyes. Yeah, Furina's eyes just give an uncanny feeling. I agree. Oh my god.
Melus, we're back!
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle, and our most important partners. You said before that you still had some business at the court. What brings you back to Poisson so quickly?
About that. It's because my partner here reminded me of something really important. You see, what if my father's case had something to do with water from the primordial sea? You still remember, right, Melus? On that night, it was raining?
Yes, the case was quite similar to that of Mr. Linney's. Both were what you'd call impossible murders.
Could a mastermind be the same
Could you
person?
tell us a bit more about what happened before?
Yeah, of course. Many years ago, something called synth began to gain popularity in Poisson.
Jade, I have noticed you don't use Ito very often, but you love his character, so why? I love his character, but right now his build is not really great. I mean, I'm trying to get him to a better build, a better team, because I haven't built Goro yet either. So they're on a waiting list, but as soon as I'm done with that, I'm gonna use Ito way more often because he's actually one of the few claymores that I enjoy playing.
At a glance, it was a kind of drink that could excite your mood and produce many pleasant hallucinations.
Wait! Didn't that guard guy who turned into water also mention that the primordial water could be used to produce some kind of potion?
Yes, he did. Considering what we know now, it's almost certain that synth is created using water from the primordial sea. If you drink synth for an extended amount of time, you'll suffer many side effects, such as losing the ability to focus or control your emotions. And if you were to stop drinking it completely, you'll experience flashes of paranoia and anxiety while lacking energy to do anything. It's an extremely dangerous substance. As he oversaw Poisson, my father was compelled to put a stop to synth abuse and called for a complete ban of it.
Boss's uncompromising attitude incurred the synth vendor's wrath.
So synth
But
is
no matter how much they
like
threatened or bribed
alcohol,
him, he
or
refused to yield. Not only that, Boss became
it's something you
determined to
can
find the
drink, I
mastermind
think.
behind the synth operation and put an end to the problem once and for all.
Absinthe. Ah, okay then.
Yes, but the enemy was very cunning. So he could never get anything out of the dealers, all of whom only sold the stuff and weren't privy to the rest of the operation. Recognizing that,
Absinthe of
my father
Fontaine.
decided
I
to contact the
see.
dealers in secret and cultivate personal relationships with them. Finally, he was able to convince someone to become his informant. The man's name was Jacques. He felt greatly ashamed about his work after seeing many families destroyed by synth abuse. That night, my father hosted a banquet at his countryside estate. He planned to meet up and exchange information with Jacques over some food. But then, we heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard.
Oh my
We
god.
raced to the scene and found my father, still holding a gun, and Jacques, who was already dead on the ground.
Huh? How did that happen? Aren't they on the same side?
Sounds just like Lenny's case, doesn't it? In
It
both
does.
cases, the culprit seemed obvious, but neither appeared to have any motive at all. Looking back on it, though, I now believe the most important clue was something we all overlooked at the time. There were pieces of clothing left at the scene.
So they could have belonged to someone who got dissolved.
Precisely. It's all thanks to
Exactly.
you that I made the connection now. Back then, we all just thought they were some costumes that Jacques used to disguise himself at the banquet. But, considering it now, it's almost certain that they belong to a third person at the scene. With one extra person, we'll also need to reconsider why the 2 shots were fired.
Maybe your father got into an argument with Jacques. Was Jacques? I don't know. But it's also possible that the third person was to blame.
Right. We still don't know what happened. But my intuition tells me that we're on the right track to figuring it all out. I'm finally headed towards the truth.
Maybe even Callus tried to stop the third person
Jacques
from
was an empathetic man who was infinitely remorseful for
from
his
shooting
past actions.
Jacques.
It's unlikely that he turned on Boss with 0 warning. This third person is probably the key to the full truth.
Ah, probably the third person shot Jacques and then dissolved in the water to fully blame Callus.
On that note, however, even though this will not please you, demoiselle, as your and your father's butler, I must still offer a word of warning. Our opponent is insidious and cruel.
Exactly.
They are extremely difficult to deal with, and Boss has already lost his life trying to bring them to justice. Even though Spina de Rosula has lost most of its former glory, Poisson has welcomed a new time of peace, and we have been allowed to live out our lives. There is no need to follow your father's path. It would be both wise and in line with Boss's wishes to step back and give up on the case.
No.
If that's indeed what he wished for, then he should have told me that himself. Was I not the closest person to him? And yet, I was the one most kept in the dark.
He was probably trying to protect Navia. It is not about love, and you should have
What was
known
the point
that
of him
already.
dying without sharing any of the secrets he knew? Did he manage to protect anything in the end? Synth is still here. Callus the Unfaithful is still his epithet. And Spina di Rosula is barely getting by. Nothing has changed. Did he think I'd just accept his meaningless death and live out my life just as meaninglessly?
I mean, let's not call his death meaningless. That's kind of harsh.
I've never accepted that. Ever. Not since that day, and certainly not now. I want to find out the real answer for everyone's sake. For the missing girls, for the victims, and for myself.
Navia.
This is indeed the best moment to act. Your partner appears to be quite reliable, and more importantly, demoiselle, I think you're also ready to take this on.
So
True.
you do
Now
know
or never.
something else, Maloose.
Yes, I do. In fact, even before that banquet, Boss already knew of the connection between Synth and the serial disappearances case. But what
So...
drove all the tensions to the boiling point was the revelation that you, Demoiselle, had been selected as the next target to disappear.
How do they know that?
What?
Boss
I
also
knew
didn't tell you
it.
that he had been diagnosed with a rare illness. The doctors told him that he had no more than 5 years left to live.
Oh my gosh. So he was trying to protect his daughter at the end.
And the serial
You were
disappearances
right.
case caused him great anxiety. 5 years was nowhere near enough time to resolve this long-standing conflict. But once he passed away, all the danger would pass on to you. Knowing all of this, he decided to use one final intimidation tactic before his death. He claimed to have already gotten his hands on some key incriminating evidence for the other side, and even told some members of Spina di Rosula about the details. But as long as you remained safe, he would not share the evidence with the public. If something were to happen to you, then he and all those he told would immediately expose all they knew about Synth and the disappeared victims.
Wow.
Right. So nobody would be able to get off scot-free.
As we've seen, Boss's tactic has worked. Even though Boss has been gone for a long time, the other side has not tried to take Demoiselle's life.
No, I don't believe it. He never appeared to look sick to me.
No father wants their daughter to see them weak and haggard.
Especially
someone as
exactly,
proud
I
as
was about to
Boss.
say that. He probably acted really well to make his daughter believe that he's fine. Dude. Can you stay like... Okay, great.
To him, dying in a duel and suffering lasting dishonor as the unfaithful was still far preferable than losing face in front of his daughter.
Oh my god.
So he chose to die in silence, so that he could protect me.
I'm afraid you're not understanding this correctly, Demoiselle. What Boss wanted to hand to you was not a parasol, but a sword. If Boss's spirit could hear you telling me that you want to find the answer for the sake of everyone involved, I'm sure he'd be extremely proud.
That fool. Couldn't he have just given it to me straight? No.
Oh
He
my
might have
gosh,
set up
she's
everything
crying
precisely
again.
because he never thought I'd be able to understand him. Is that the amount of confidence he had in me? And what if I was never able to make it to where I am now?
He gave you the choice to live how you want.
Yeah. I suppose that's true. With the way he'd set things up, if I had wanted, I could have just lived out my life without a care in the world.
I think his way is so much more right to do.
But thankfully, he rarely talked to me about complex matters, and thus understood little of me as a person. In this case, he really didn't need to give me an easy way out. Malus, what was the key evidence that he shared with you?
It's the location where synth is produced. Essentially,
Ooh.
it's the enemy's headquarters. When he was threatening the enemy, Boss didn't share the specifics of the incriminating evidence he found. But if you want to use it against the enemy, you'll still have to take several things into consideration.
I mean, they know that Callus knew. So they probably already moved. If they haven't, well, that's just stupid.
Why? If we know where the place is, can't we just go storming in?
Why
you mustn't
would we-
forget that we're fighting
Why
against a
would we do
mysterious
that?
and dangerous organization
Exactly.
that's been in operation for decades.
Paimon, are you in your right
There's
mind?
no telling what might be lying in wait at their headquarters. We also have no idea what kind of evidence we may be able to find inside, nor what people we may be able to capture. But a single visit to their headquarters would be tantamount to a formal declaration of war. The worst case would be that we leave empty-handed, but also open ourselves up to full retaliation.
Then, in that case, why not work with the Fontaine authorities?
Yes. Yes, let's ask Newbie for help.
Well, you saw one of them dissolve during Mr. Linney's case. We have no idea just how thoroughly they may have been infiltrated.
That's true. Seems my father really had no choice. But things are different now. It should be a lot easier to prove the other side's guilt, now that we've connected Synth with the disappearances case.
You sound like you've put a lot of thought into this, Maloose.
I am the butler, after all. I live but to serve the boss and Demoiselle's will. I've always been willing to take on any kind of risk for your sake.
Hello.
But considering my relative lack
Such
of
a great
ability,
butler.
I've spent my time keeping secrets, performing basic investigations, and waiting for the right time to come.
It's like mafia tactics. Different gangs' families have dirt on each other for safekeeping. True. It's just kind of like that.
Thank you for all of that, Maloose. Have you discovered anything new in the past few years?
Let me think. One conclusion I came to was that the enemy must be quite familiar with Spina di Rosula, or at least have an informant planted here. I used to deliberately keep a few people in the dark and observe the reactions of the synth vendors. If the vendors didn't change their plans, then the individuals informed of our orders must be innocent. If the vendors packed up and fled, however, then someone must have given them the news. After several rounds of testing and investigative tracing, I've narrowed the suspect list down to 3 people. The first is Florent, Spina di Rosula's senior advisor.
Florent?
Yes, surprising, isn't it? He was one of the people Boss trusted the most, which also means that he was someone who understood Boss really well. Thanks to his position within Boss's innermost circle, he always knew our upcoming plans and could thus avoid capture this whole time.
I hope that's not the case. When I did this quest, this part got me into Detective Jaeger. I'm gonna be Detective Jade any minute now.
There's someone else like him too. Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabrières.
Uncle Marcel.
What is this confrérie? Exactly.
It's a guild in Poisson. The boss helped it to grow to its current size and prominence. In the beginning, they were only reselling some daily goods, but now they're one of the richest guilds around, with a lot of business connections in the city.
So, they're like a sister organization of Spina di Rosula?
Yes, you can say that. When we were fighting against the synth dealers, they provided us with plenty of support. It's a bit difficult to imagine someone using their own money to hunt down themselves.
The final suspect is Thierry, the man responsible for coordinating information between Spina di Rosula and the guards. Although the guards mostly leave us to our own devices, there are still many activities we have to report to the local authority. Since Thierry is always in the know about our current activities, he could theoretically always plan one step ahead.
I see. These are all people who I communicate with quite regularly. To think that the enemy we've been fighting against has been right next to me all along, among those I trust the most.
Well, that looks like the case.
Almost too hard to believe.
I just hope it's not the first guy,
If
because
you want
that
to
would be
investigate
really
them, please
devastating.
take every precaution to not alert the quarry. Judging from our experience, the enemy is extremely cautious.
Of course. And thank you, Maloose. You've provided us with a lot of great information.
You're too kind, my lady. I'm just doing my duty. And before I forget, proving Boss's innocence would also mean clearing him of blame in Jacques' death. After that incident, Jacques' wife and daughter were taken into the Spina's care. They still live in Poisson today. If it might help, you could also pay them a visit. I can make the necessary arrangements.
Oh, thank you so much, Maloose. You really are the best.
A new case awaits, my dear partner.
Leave it to
I
me.
hope we can work together to uncover the truth and end this case once and for all.
Callus case records. 3 years ago on a rainy night, banquet goers heard 2 gunshots outside the house. When they reached the scene, Callus had a gun in his hands and Jacques had been shot and slain. Based on the investigations done then, there was no possibility that anyone else could have done the deed and escaped, and Callus was thus adjudged to be the culprit. No, I know. The third person dissolved with primordial water, so they blamed Callus. Visit Jacques' family. They are right here.
It is settled then. Please excuse me and enjoy your conversation at your leisure.
Thank you for arranging everything for us.
Excuse me, miss. Do you need anything from us?
No, not really. This is going to be kinda uncomfortable.
Hey, Navia's all quiet. This isn't like her at all.
Let's not bother her for now.
I'm sorry that I only came to visit after all this time. After what happened, I didn't know how I was supposed to face the two of you.
Ah, if it's about that, there's no need to apologize. After my husband died, Spina di Rosula sent us a lot of mora and support. I understood your guilt and apology to be genuine.
But aren't all of those things nothing compared to the loss of Jacques?
I mean, please don't say that. You're literally pressing salt onto their wound.
I can understand the kind of pain that comes with losing a father so needlessly.
You don't understand at all.
Well, she does. She lost her father too. You know, Adele.
I didn't know how to face you, because I didn't know what I could possibly bring as a consolation gift. I know only the full truth could bring closure to you. And to all of us.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. I appreciate the sentiment, but you don't have to carry all that guilt. On the matter regarding my husband, my daughter and I have more or less found our answer already.
Oh.
Would you mind sharing it with me? I really can't believe that my father could ever bring himself to shoot Jacques.
I always knew that my husband's money was earned through others' suffering. He told me countless times that if he could turn back the clock, he would never go into the synth business again. He had many regrets, and felt that he took the idea of providing for his family too literally. For the longest time, he thought mora was everything. So when Mr. Callus came to him with a proposal, he accepted it almost immediately. He tried to be as careful as he could, but even so, he was still found out by the higher-ups.
They found out about his betrayal?
Papa didn't say that exactly, but Papa did tell me that I should never be ungrateful.
Before he left that day, he told me that he had no choice. It was only later that I realized it was his final farewell to the two of us.
Wait, does that mean someone ordered Jacques to take out Callus?
I don't know that for sure, but you could say that's the conclusion I eventually came to. Which is why I'm the one who should feel guilty. Callus had always taken great care of us, both when he was still alive and after he passed away. Even if he fired the shot that killed my husband, it was likely in self-defense. It is impossible for me to hate him for what he had done.
But Mama, why is Papa still the bad guy if he did the right thing? Papa always wanted to be a good man, so why did he have to do a bad thing in the end?
Well,
he was probably
things
forced.
aren't always as they seem. You still feel like your papa was a good man, right?
Yeah, Papa was a really good man. The best in the whole world.
Then you should hold on to that. If a good man had to do a bad thing, then he must have had his reasons, regardless of whether he left you a parasol or a sword. He must have done so to give you a better life.
Oh.
Thank you for everything you've told me. I will definitely find the truth. The current state of things is not something I'm willing to just sit back and accept.
Thank you. I'm very grateful to hear this from you.
Jadealy Holmes. I'm about to become that.
Even though your personality is quite different from your father's,
No, he is
your
really
determination
cute.
when you speak is really similar.
You really think so? That's the first time anyone said that to me.
Testimony from Jock's family. Alright, we are gathering all the evidence. Talk to Florent. Oh god, we're gonna talk to each of them.
Are you
Oh.
okay now?
And then we're gonna do deduction. Oh my
I'm
god.
fine. Don't worry.
I don't like that mechanic
Let's
at
investigate
all.
the 3 suspects next.
Yep.
Laurent
gonna-
should be nearby, and we should be able to find Thierry and Uncle Marcel in the city.
Yeah, we're gonna talk all 3
I'll
of
get
them.
myself together on the way. So please.
Well, let's see.
Greetings, boss. How may I be of assistance today?
Someone got turned into water right in front of us.
Yeah, I've heard. With something that dramatic, I'm sure journalists will milk it for all it's worth. And it'll be all the talk for the next several weeks.
It also reminded me, on the day that the incident happened with my father, it was raining outside, and we found some clothes left at the scene. After my partner here put the dots together for me, I feel like we should try to reopen his case. Can you do me a favor and try to recall what happened that night?
Let me think. Mr. Callis was feeling pretty upbeat that day. So he was drinking and bantering away with us at the table. After that, he told us that he wanted to go get some fresh air. So we let him go without thinking much of it. Who knew that we would hear 2 gunshots ring out right after? My first reaction was that Mr. Callis's life was in danger. So I grabbed my holster and made a mad dash toward the scene. But when I got there, it was already too late. Mr. Callis was standing over a dead body with a gun in his hands. All we could do was look back and forth at each other, not knowing what to say.
So you also remember 2 gunshots then?
Indeed. The guard said that the first shot didn't hit anyone, while the second killed Jacques. But I've never really bought that explanation.
So what happened in the first one?
Reason being, Mr. Callis had left his gun on the table. I even made sure to confirm that before running to the scene.
Oh, it wasn't even his gun.
But according to the guards, that doesn't mean he couldn't have had other guns on his person.
Maybe that was Jock's gun?
About the clothes left at the scene that you mentioned. Do you think there was a third person there who was turned into water?
That's very
At least
possible.
from our perspective, my father had no reason to kill. So he would also have no reason to bring an extra gun with him.
Exactly.
The gun he was holding probably belonged to Jacques, or a third person on the scene.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So you're saying Mr. Callis ended up with the gun because he seized it from one of the other guys? But hold on. If that's what had happened, then why didn't he share the truth with any of us? He didn't even want to face the Oratrice machine, and chose instead to prove his honor in a duel. Did he lose all faith in the courts after seeing someone dissolve right in front of his eyes?
About that, Malouse told me a thing or two. So, I think I can understand why he committed to the duel. I'll tell you everything once the whole truth has been revealed.
I understand. Then I'll leave Mr. Callis's honor in your hands, boss. And if I may just say one more thing. The whole Callis the Unfaithful epithet has been a thorn in my side since the day it was invented. Many people have laughed at me for still calling him Mr. Callis, even after so many years have passed. But it was Mr. Callis's trust that allowed me to rise through the ranks of Spina di Rosula and live the life I lead today.
He sounds sincere.
No matter what others might say, he'll always be the man I respect the most. And he'll always be my boss.
Don't worry. I will definitely find the truth. You and all our other comrades at the Spina deserve to know the truth as well.
Voice acting is not evidence. That's true. But his words sounded sincere. Although I'm still not trusting any of them. Let's find the other ones. Bam.
Thierry, it's me.
Oh, now, what brings you here, Miss Navia? I've
my
heard
gosh.
that you made quite the name for yourself at the Opera House.
Wait. I yeeted my own ear. Okay, I'm fine.
Oh, so you've got news of that already.
Oh, okay. Hey, I'm also a member of the guards, you know. The way you make it sound, people would think I was sent off to Poisson because I had done something wrong.
Okay, Thierry sounds really sus. He's really sus. But this all might be a misdirection. We don't know.
Are you sure there isn't a little bit of truth in that? Under normal circumstances, shouldn't you have been called back to the city already?
I mean, where I work is really up to me. Let's just say I enjoy the ambiance of Poisson. Callis did a fantastic job running the town, building Spina di Rosula from the ground up and clearing many obstructions in my way. It would be next to impossible for me to find a similarly easy but high-paying job in the city. Anyway, enough chit-chat. Are these two friends of yours? You, here for some formal business?
Yes. These two are my partners. What happened at the Opera House made us realize that Linny's case and my father's may be related. We're trying to reinvestigate the details of my father's old case.
Ah, I get it. You think there might be more to the case now that we know people can be dissolved into water, right? I was also flabbergasted when I first heard of it. If you want to go through the original files from your father's case, I can help you look for them.
That'd be much appreciated. Thank you. Actually, I have another question. Do you have the authority to dispatch Gardamex?
Of course. Without them, I couldn't possibly handle Poisson on my own.
Alright. Suspicion points plus 10.
Why do you ask? We definitely can't use them to forcefully get more evidence for your father's case.
Well, you see, just recently, we were attacked by a horde of unnumbered Gardamex in the city.
It was your doing, Theory, right?
So, if you, hypothetically, wanted to do something against me, all you would need to do is get rid of the mecha serial numbers and send them after me.
Why would you say that like that clear? You're literally letting him know that you are onto him, Navia. Are you in your right mind?
Then you think too highly of my abilities. Dispatching mecha is very different from controlling them. If I had to make an analogy, when you order a dish, the chef will make it for you. You can ask the chef to cook, but not to massage your shoulders or carry your baggage. If you try to make unreasonable demands, the chef would just think you're out of your mind and ignore you completely. The same goes for me and my Gardamex.
Okay. Kinda an off analogy,
Removing a serial
but...
number is also not as easy as you might think. There are a lot of complex steps to it, and it's almost impossible to keep it a secret. So I can promise you, those mecha were definitely private units.
Jade, if you know your target knows you're targeting them, then you make a huge mistake for evidence. So she baited and she ate it.
They're certainly not cheap. So, whoever their owner is must be super rich, powerful, or both. Now that you mention it, though, being in the synth business would definitely be profitable enough to afford this.
Makes sense.
Then you're officially in the clear, Thierry.
Oh, well, thank you for the vote of confidence, Navia. Jokes aside, I'd like to wish you all the best with your investigation. I'll be staying in the city for a little while,
he's clear,
so
huh?
just come find
They
me if
did
you
it
need
on
any support
purpose
from
with the
guards.
voice acting to make him sound sus. Oh, it's going to be the first guy, right? Definitely going to be the first guy. What was his name? Let's go talk to Marcel. It could be Marcel too, you know? Maybe we are judging way too early. Swim. Swim, swim. Okay, lower. Do you see Marcel? I don't see him. Should be right here. Oh god, Marcel is a woman.
How may I help you?
Oh no, it's not.
I'm here to see Marcel. Could you please let him know?
Yeah, it's a he,
you can just
okay.
say Navia's looking for him. Sure, I will let him.
After waiting for a while, Marcel arrives in a hurry.
Navia, hello. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm not as young as I used to be, so my legs are giving out a bit.
Oh, it's all right, Uncle Marcel. There's no need to stress. I just wanted to talk to you briefly about what happened in the Opera House. I'm sure you saw everything too, right?
Yes, I've never seen anything so strange.
Here, Marcel's thingy when you make your decision. Oh, so I'm going to make the decision on who is the mole here.
Oh, you were at the Opera House too?
That's right. I went there with Navia to see the magic show. Who knew it would turn into a whole murder mystery? I also witnessed your marvelous sleuthing work. Quite impressive.
I want to say so many things, but I will keep until the end of the act. Oh god, thank you. I cannot wait to hear them.
To beat the Hydro Archon at her own game on her own turf, I can already imagine everyone in Fontaine discussing your exploits over a few glasses of wine.
Oh, Paimon doesn't want to become the talk of drunkards.
Apologies. It's just how Fontaine is as a nation. Everyone loves drama and theatrics.
Everyone loves drama, theatrics, gossip.
Uncle Marcel, you've also noticed that other thing, right? The fact that humans can dissolve in water?
Yes, I was reminded of your father's case right away. Is that what you're investigating now?
Exactly. I still don't have much solid proof, but I can sense that the other side has already begun to act.
Oh, and what makes you say that?
We were attacked on Araneus by some unnumbered Gardamex. And there was also an attempt to get me to drink water from the primordial sea. If not for the vigilance of my partner, I probably wouldn't even be here talking to you right now.
Oh, you're giving us too much credit. Wasn't it you who protected us?
Alas, it seems things are heating up again.
He doesn't
The
even
peace
look
that Callus sought
surprised.
so dearly will soon become a thing of the past.
Or is it just me?
But rest assured, Navia, Poisson will always remain a safe haven for you. If you're scared, you can always return there. If anyone dares to lay their hands on you there, the Confrérie of Cabrières will use its funds to the last Mora to bring them to justice.
Thank you, Uncle Marcel. But I don't intend to go into hiding.
He literally told her to
I'm
go
going to
hide,
strike while the
stop
iron's hot.
investigating.
Do you have any new thoughts on my father's case?
About that. Sorry, my age is catching up with me, so it'll take me a while to recall my memory. The Confrérie was responsible for that banquet, so I was out and about the whole time making sure things were running smoothly. I didn't even have the time to drink with the guests. Then I heard the sound of a gunshot, and the rest was history.
Sound of a gunshot?
Oh, it's okay. No need to push
He
yourself.
didn't say two gunshots.
We'll ask around some more. See if there are any valuable clues elsewhere.
Sounds good. Just let me know if you ever need Mora. All my wealth comes
If he was a
from
good
Callus's
uncle, he'd
patronage
be
and support.
worried.
I'll spend
Exactly,
however
he
much it
didn't
takes
even
to clear his
react
name.
when she said, oh, someone made me try, someone tried to make me drink primordial water. He was just like, oh, okay. What? I mean, it is very sus. No one has to be first one to guess. Like, he's really sus. Okay, go over the clues with Navia. Oh, should I go like up the stairs? Probably. Someone tried to dissolve me like sugar in water, and he was like, oh, okay. Uncle, anyway, exactly.
We've talked to all three suspects, purely based on their conversations with me.
None of them sounded particularly suspicious.
Come on, it's the uncle. Yeah, none of them really stood out as a suspect.
I suppose that's to be expected, though. If a single conversation's all that's needed to find them out, then my father wouldn't have needed to investigate the case for so many years. Anyway, even though we didn't make a breakthrough, let's still compile what we were able to find.
But where should we start?
Jack's motive.
You're right. Flora mentioned that Callus probably only ended up with the gun because of circumstance. That makes sense.
According to Jacques' family members, he already told them that he had been discovered and that he had no choice before he left home that day. If I had to guess, he probably received an order from the synth boss to kill my father. Had he refused, he and his family's lives would have been forfeit.
So, Jacques fired the first shot?
If I was Jacques, I wouldn't have fired a shot at all.
Oh? And why is that?
Could he guarantee his safety after killing Callus? Could he guarantee his family's safety after killing Callus?
Oh, that's a good point.
Exactly.
Jacques probably already knew that he was just being used as a tool for murder. And once he had completed his mission, he'd be of no more use to his boss.
So, what would make more sense from his perspective would be to turn his back on the order and seek protection from my father.
Seems the third person was the one who derailed everything.
Makes sense. But without evidence, that's still just a theory. Besides Jacques, the attack from the Gardamex has been bothering me quite a bit as well. It's obvious that our enemy has become more antsy after the secret of the primordial seawater was revealed.
Do you think he knew, even then, that we'd follow this lead to the end?
Given everything that's happened since, it's quite possible. But who among the three suspects would have the ability to control privately owned Gardamex?
Marcel.
Uncle Marcel? My father did really trust him. And they worked together on a large number of projects. Maybe that's how he got to know Jacques. And with funds from the Confrérie, he could also afford a large number of Gardamex. Still really hard for me to imagine, though. After all, Uncle Marcel has been around since I was just a child. Also, wouldn't this mean he has been spending a whole lot of mora and energy to fight his own synth business?
Maybe it was someone else. Florent.
Florent?
Florent.
It is true that he was closest to my father, and thus had the best chance of learning about his dealings with Jacques. But as Spina di Rosula's advisor, his work mostly deals with personnel and security, so he shouldn't have much means when it comes to finances.
So you're saying he's too broke to afford a mecha army?
Exactly.
Exactly. He can't. And even if he could, I don't think he would be able to dispatch a whole group so quickly.
Maybe it was someone else. So it's a theory, but Navia herself said, "Oh, you're in clear."
Theory, you say?
No.
It is possible that he's figured out a way to convert the Gardamex for personal use. But I didn't feel like he was lying when he was talking to us about the mecha.
Exactly.
I also don't think he'd be able to keep that kind of tampering under wraps.
Yeah. Had he actually tampered with the mecha, we'd be able to prove it with a simple check of the guard's inventory. If the mecha were taken from the guards, it should be pretty easy to find out when and how that happened.
Who could it be?
I think... Oh, we're gonna do deduction. Marcel is a leader of Confrérie of Cabrières and was the organizer of the banquet years prior. The Confrérie and the Spina di Rosula have always maintained a close working relationship. Okay. You said choose this.
You know, if you think everything through, Uncle Marcel is indeed the most suspicious of them all.
I agree.
Could we be missing other suspects? Malus didn't know about the people turning into water thing when he narrowed it down to these three, did he?
Malus has always been very reliable, and his judgment of others' trustworthiness has been fair and well considered. When he laid out his case for the three, the rationale he gave me made a lot of sense as well. The suspect is knowledgeable about the Spina's internal affairs, has the means to dispatch mecha to assassinate us, and possesses significant intellect and foresight. Even if I don't want to believe it, I'm starting to see how things could all tie back to Uncle Marcel.
He's someone who's very close to you, after all.
We still have another trump card on top of all the theorizing and speculating.
The synth production base.
Malus did say that charging straight in there would be extremely risky. But we don't have any other options right now. We need far more solid proof before we can hope to go charging in on our enemy.
Navia, here you are. Oh, I've been looking for you.
Oh, something's up.
Huh? Aren't you the guy from the guards?
Yeah. News came from Irenaeus just after you left. We've got another trial on our hands.
Wasn't that place built specifically for holding trials? What's so newsworthy about this one?
I know. But they said the person they're putting on trial is a Fatui harbinger called Tartaglia.
What? Wait, child? So why?
Is that someone you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
What did he do?
Maybe even a little too well.
Well, he's been accused of being the true culprit behind
come
the serial
on.
disappearances case. It's absurd, don't
No,
you think?
he cannot be. Shut up. Whose idea was this?
Wait, how? None of our investigations have had anything to do with him.
That's what I thought was strange about it, so I came to tell you the news right away. If the charge against him stands, then it'll be next to impossible to get the guards to support any of our planned investigations.
I want to be child attorney, just
Because
like
they'll
right
think
now.
They've already found the culprit.
No, it is a diversion.
And it'll be a lot harder then to clear Mr. Callus's name.
It is a diversion.
I understand. Well, partner, what do you think we should do? We still haven't
Let's go
found
save
any
child
conclusive
first. Let's split up.
Huh? Split up? What do you mean?
You can go to Irenaeus while I'll go to investigate that place. I'm confident in my combat abilities.
Just as expected of my partner. Since this is a trial about the serial disappearances case, the culprit's attention will be focused on Irenaeus, leaving his home base wide open. You're right. This is our best opportunity.
Oh god.
All right then, let's do this. I won't have any chance of making that charge stick though, unless we find more evidence. It'll be up to you to make it back in time and hand the decisive evidence to me.
Leave it to me.
Just like you helped us in Linny's trial.
Demoiselle, please allow us to accompany you.
I'm ready.
Malus, Silver, when did you two get here?
We heard that you'll be leaving Poisson and figured that you might require our assistance. It's our hope that
These
your
two are the
confidence will be
best. I really
bolstered
like
with
them
the two
both.
last fight.
I wish I
Thank you
had
so much.
I had men like
Then,
these.
let's make haste for Irenaeus. Paimon, Traveler, I'll see you at the Opera House.
Bye, Navia. Suspect analysis. Alright, let's go.
Now that Navia has set out for Irenaeus, we should also get going.
Go to the
location
place
has already been
Melus
marked on the map,
mentioned.
so let's head over.
Find the entrance to the
According to Melus's
headquarters.
info.
Should I go underwater? Yes. Okay, then let me go here. Oh my god.
Let's go and try to find the entrance.
Should be easy. Relatively. Oh my god. So... So that place is the entrance.
Finally found it. Huh. So this is the entrance that leads to the synth production base.
Well, they don't
Sure
want it to
doesn't
stand
seem
out.
out of the ordinary at all.
Don't forget to use your elementals. Oh, don't forget to use your elemental sight in that place. Okay. Okay, should I do it now?
You're right. An important place like this is bound to have a ton of protective measures and mechanisms. Navia's probably arguing up a storm right now to stall for us.
Alright, meanwhile, inside the opera epicless. I can see! Yes! It is the scene I've been waiting for.
It would appear that I must repeat my question again, Mr. Tartaglia.
Okay.
Do you accept the charge that you are the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case?
To be perfectly honest, I don't understand your country's complicated court system, or the reason why I'm being charged with something I've never even heard of. However, I did hear that people who have been charged can choose to participate in a duel to clear their name. Is that right?
Oh my god, any chance to duel, child, right?
In which case, as long as I accept the charge, I can have an all-out fight with that champion duelist Clorend, right?
She's crazy.
I've got to admit, that's one of the most enticing offers I've ever received.
My god.
When I privately sparred with her last time, she was obviously holding back. Real disappointing.
He's cray-cray. He's okay to accept a charge or a crime that he hasn't committed just so he can, like, seriously duel with Clorend.
Hey! Don't you understand? You're currently the prime suspect for a major case.
He doesn't care.
This isn't the place for you to be looking for fights.
Oh? Sounds like the Hydro Archon wants to lecture me on the ways of the Opera House.
He only cares about the
then
duel.
Why don't you duel me too?
Oh gosh.
I'm the kind of student that learns best in the heat of battle.
No. That's not what I meant.
I get the feeling that Farina is kind of like a chicken when it comes to a duel. I mean, she's all talking big and all that, but as soon as someone offers to duel her, she's just like a chicken. She's like, oh, no, that's not what I meant. She did the same thing when Traveler said the same thing. Yeah, when Traveler offered to duel her, she did the same thing. She's scared. Exactly, she's a little chicken.
Alas, it would appear that communication with the defendant is going poorly, and we have made very little progress. In that case, let me explain everything from the very beginning again. The goal of this trial is to determine the culprit behind the serial disappearances case.
I mean, my dear newbie, I think Child is not the one.
That case had nothing to do with him. You've got the wrong man.
Huh? What's going on? Why is she interjecting again?
Shut up.
I told you it couldn't be one of the Fatui Harbingers.
Miss Navia, this is the second time you've interrupted the court proceedings. I only tolerated your behavior last time because you were able to provide the court with a key eyewitness. But that was an exception rather than standard court protocol. I can very well charge you with contempt of court for your interjections.
Oh, please don't.
Oh, please. Did you ever think I had any respect for this place's pointless theatrics?
Oh, God.
We can put that discussion aside for now. I'm not here to argue with you. I'm here to charge the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case.
Please stay silent to us, newbie. I want to interrupt the court too. If he's going to do that again, I will interrupt the court as well. I will interrupt it 5 times if it's needed.
And if my charges prove true, then Tartaglia here will be proven innocent by default, correct?
Oh, a young lady has charged in and offered to clear my name. How fascinating. Well, I'd gotten half bored to death by all these rules and procedures anyway. So I'll take you up on that offer. So, Your Honor, is there nothing else for me to do now?
You may take a seat for now in the audience, but that doesn't mean the suspicions against you have been lifted. Now then, Miss Navia, who is the person you would like to charge instead?
That person is...
Oh my god. No! What am I going to do? Should I charge Marcel? She said that he was the most, like, suspicious one. So, Jade, make a good choice. I mean, I was about to choose... You can accuse the wrong person? Well, I want to accuse Marcel. I mean, really, by the way? I don't think we will be able to accuse the wrong person, right? Oh, was it a... Oh, you were trying to fool me? Haha, I know. I'm gonna accuse Marcel. Is he the right person to accuse? I kind of feel like he is. No, game says no. But I want to accuse Marcel.
Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabrières!
Huh? What confrérie? Never heard of them in my life.
I've heard of them, but weren't they Spina di Rosula's sister organization?
Oh, is this going to be a friends to enemies type situation?
Look at them. Look at their reactions. They are like watching a TV series or something. But they are literally deciding on people, like how other people's lives will take a turn here. And they treat it like literal theater or a TV series. They are crazy.
Please let me remind you, Miss Navia, that charging someone is an incredibly serious matter.
Oh, we know.
Committing to the charge also means taking on the legal responsibilities associated with it. And if the charge fails, depending on the circumstances, you may also be charged with the crime of making a false accusation. Knowing this, do you still wish to charge this man?
Yes, I do.
In that case, I declare the charge to be valid. Miss Navia and attorneys, please take your places on the court. Members of the guards, please contact Mr. Marcel right away so that he may stand trial.
This is going to be intense. A shocked and confused Marcel is brought to the stands.
Mr. Marcel, you will not require an attorney. Is that correct?
Apologies. It all just happened so quickly. I still haven't figured out what's going on. I think an attorney won't be necessary. This is probably just a misunderstanding between me and Navia.
Very well. In that case, since both sides have now arrived, Miss Navia, please present your charges.
I would like to take everyone back to 3 years ago, to the case of Callus the Unfaithful. Only through elucidating what really happened in that case can we connect all the dots for the serial disappearances case.
Navia, do you really think that I was the one who killed your father? Come on, why would I do that? Callus was my benefactor, and remember both you and I only ran to the scene when we heard the sound of a gun. If that's enough to make me a suspect, wouldn't that make everyone at that banquet a suspect as well?
I think there's no point in getting into the specifics right now. The audience doesn't even have the big picture yet. Even I'm struggling to remember some details of that case.
Because you treat it like a TV series you watched a couple of years ago.
Exactly correct, Your Honor. I must refresh everyone's memory about that case before I can explain my charge and reasoning.
Did you realize like how Marcel keeps saying a gunshot? But everyone other than him says, they say they heard 2 gunshots. Thus. Hi Vanessa, welcome to stream.
I see. In which case, I will recount the findings about that case as originally recorded by Maison Gardiennage.
Are you doing the last Archon quest chapter? No, I'm doing the second one. Okay.
On the day of the murder, Spina di Rosula hosted a large banquet in a countryside estate owned by the Confrérie of Cabrières. During the banquet, all attending guests heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard. When the guests arrived at the scene, they found the primary suspect, Callus, holding a gun, while his acquaintance, Jacques, lay dead from a gunshot wound. The guards' investigation did not recover any other firearms from the scene. As a result, they concluded that the suspect's first shot must have missed, while the second must have taken Jacques' life. The suspect did not dispute this conclusion, and also declined to defend himself in court. Instead, he chose to prove his innocence through a duel. Callus was defeated by champion duelist Clarand in the ensuing duel, and soon succumbed to the injuries.
I need to share something about Marcel and Warshal. Oh, be fast, you will be in shock. Oh.
These are the known facts about the case.
It was all over our eyes, and we didn't see it. Oh no.
The one with the motive to kill was Jacques, not my father. And even so, Jacques still had no reason to pull the trigger. In truth, the third person shot Jacques first, and was shot in turn by my father when my father seized the gun from him. After that, the true culprit turned the third person into water, erasing all traces of him from the scene.
Thank you for the summary, Your Honor. Of course, the guard's conclusion appeared quite sensible to us at the time. However, we should revisit the case now that we've gained new information about the abilities of water from the primordial sea.
Alright, identify loopholes. Callus did not carry a gun with him when he went out. Nope. 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 Clothing of unknown person.
This assassin first shot Jacques, then turned to shoot Callus, only for Callus to wrestle the gun from him and kill him instead.
2 gunshots. Who had motive to kill? First shot must have missed, while the second must have taken Jacques' life. Jade second, third, and fourth. You need to fix that. Oh, of the theater. Okay. Okay, Callus didn't carry a gun. No. No, not this one. Not this one. Probably this one.
The testimony of the victim's family confirms that Jacques had thoughts of assassinating Callus when he set out for the banquet. However, unfortunately for Jacques, the true culprit had already considered this possibility and had sent out another assassin.
I'm gonna go for this one.
A pile of clothing was found at the scene. The guards once believed they were used by Jacques as a costume to disguise himself. But now, it is clear that the clothes were proof that there was a third person at the scene, and that they were turned into water after committing the murder. Since it was raining that day, the culprit was confident that they could use the rain to wash away all traces of their dissolved accomplice. Realizing this, the true culprit caused the hired assassin to dissolve into water, leading everyone to believe Callus was responsible for Jacques' murder. This is the true version of events.
Well said, Navia. What you gonna say about this?
So that's what happened. Wait, you're telling me something as dangerous as water from the primordial sea has been used for all these years?
Oh yeah, good morning.
What a great theory. It also explains Callus's and Jacques' respective motives. I guess they didn't shoot each other after all.
Mr. Marcel, you are the one being charged with the crime. You should provide a rebuttal if you wish to prove your innocence.
Ah, but I think I agree with everything Navia just said. In fact, there was nothing in her speech that directly implicated me.
Then, may I ask some questions? In my opinion, we primarily need to determine 2 things. 1. Do you have the evidence to back up your claims?
I'm afraid not. At least not at this very moment.
Boo! If you don't have any evidence, you should just go home!
Oh my gosh, shut up.
I may not have the evidence with me, but I know where I could go to collect it. If we look up the deserted clothes against a record of people who went missing around the same time, we should be able to find a match. Considering the serial disappearances case, the guards probably kept careful records of all missing persons from around that time, regardless of age or gender.
Fontaine lore seems to be mind-blowing. I agree, by the way. It is going so, intriguing and interesting at this point. Who is your favorite Fontaine character at this point? Nuvi. For sure, it's Nuvi.
That makes sense to me. Monsieur Neuvillette, I would consider this to be a reasonable investigative direction.
Why do I feel like Farina's acting a little differently today?
Oh,
maybe she's scared of embarrassing herself again?
Maybe.
Alternatively, she's become more diligent after charging an innocent citizen in the last trial.
My second question has to do with the ensuing duel. If the truth is indeed as you described, then why didn't Mr. Callus explain himself in court? If he had testified that a person had been dissolved, he could have at least mounted a defense.
I've thought about this too, and the answer is actually pretty simple. He felt there were things that were more important to him.
The dissolving power of water from the primordial sea is an important secret for the true culprit of the serial disappearances case. My father could have exposed it for all to see, but he chose to take it to the grave. At that time, Spina di Rosula was in dire straits, and his reputation had already been shattered. He had no guarantee that going forward with the truth would allow the culprit to be brought to justice. What was certain, however, was that it would paint a gigantic target on my back.
Boss once told me that Demoiselle had already been selected as the next target of the serial disappearances case.
What? If the secret had gotten out, the culprit would have fought an all-out war with Espina right there and then. I wouldn't have been the only one in danger. All of us would have stood to lose our lives. Of course, the guards might eventually figure out the truth of the matter and determine that we were in the right, but what good would that do? How can a hollow verdict protect anyone? Had this opera house ever given my father any kind of confidence in its brand of justice, Spina di Rosula would have had no reason to exist.
Oh my god, she slayed them all.
By staying silent, we retained the ability to deter our opponents and continue the stalemate. I was able to become Spina di Rosula's president, which made me harder to target, as well as giving me more time to grow and learn. And once I have figured out the truth and stepped up to the challenge, I will do what this opera house cannot, and restore my father's truth and honor back to him.
So, you mean to say your father intended to die in the duelist's ring?
Yep.
That's right.
Do you have any proof?
Of course. All you need is to ask his opponent, Clorand.
Oh my god.
I don't need your apology, your guilt, or your support from the shadows. You don't have to do anything for my sake. But since he entrusted his will to you, Clorand, you should tell us the truth about his sacrifice.
So, during the duel, did you believe that Callus was intending to die?
Yes, I did.
Bravo, Clorand.
As a champion
Thank
duelist,
you.
I've fought many battles and taken a countless number of dishonored lives. In my line of work, I've seen all kinds of people give their all for the faintest hope to continue living. Some were determined, others passionate, and some even manic and twisted. Just one look and I can tell if a duelist is hoping to live or if they're looking to die. I hereby swear on my name and honor as a champion duelist that Mr. Callus never intended to leave the ring alive.
Since that's your testimony, I have no more questions. It appears there really are good grounds to reopen this case.
I concur. However, Miss Navia, you still have not explained the link between your father's case and the serial disappearances case.
Right? What she said was
Wait, weren't they just talking about the serial disappearances case?
Oh gosh, shut
Of course,
up.
Your Honor. The two cases are connected via a matter of timing. In my father's case, the culprit intended to kill both Jacques and Callus. As a result, they planned to act after hearing 2 gunshots. And at the end of Linny's trial, the culprit also only dissolved the victim in front of everyone because they realized they were at risk of being identified. The culprit could only time their actions so precisely if they were already at the scene. Coincidentally, Marcel attended both the banquet and the trial.
So that's why you suspected me. Even after hearing your reasoning, I still can't help but find it a little preposterous. I'm used to it, though. You've always been an impulsive and sentimental child, Navia. It's
She's
one of
not
your
a
most
child
endearing
anymore.
traits.
No need to appeal to pathos.
I won't try to refute your points one by one, but even if everything you just said was true, can you prove that I was the only person present at both events? On top of that, does a person have to be physically present to control the timing? Can't someone remotely monitor the place?
Oh no.
Don't know what she can say to that.
I know that even with that, you might still think you can reduce the list of suspects with some further investigations, until I'm the only one left on the list. Alas, who won't feel at least a little hurt by an accusation of murder from a girl you see as your own daughter?
Oh, come on.
But if I were to dismiss this completely, you'd also think I'm not being considerate of your feelings. Ah well, Let Uncle Marcel teach you another lesson. Do you know what the biggest flaw in your reasoning is?
He kinda sounds menacing right now.
I suppose you're gonna tell me anyways.
It's timing again. I'm a businessman by trade. From that standpoint, there's no reason for me to kidnap young women. It's a high-risk action with nothing to gain. In addition, I left my home in Snezhnaya when I was young to come to Poisson and work in some trade. My business only thrived when I received Callus's patronage. But the disappearances began before I ever stepped foot in Fontaine.
Oh no.
I do apologize, demoiselle. This was my mistake.
No, it's not your fault. I'm sure he had come prepared.
I'm nervous.
Is there anything else you'd like to say? Would you like to check the date of my first business license against the first known case of the serial disappearances? You can also take a look at my border entry records, or ask my friends and family when I left Snezhnaya for the first time. Could those records and testimonies do something to appease the unspeakable anguish in your heart?
Seems like she got the wrong guy. At this rate, Navia will be convicted for falsely accusing him.
I think you've done a superb job of dissecting your father's feelings as he neared the end of his life. But aren't you going against all of his wishes and expectations right now? He wished for you to become more rational, collected, and conscientious, instead of dwelling only on your own feelings. Once you've learned to be more considerate of others' feelings, and to stop rushing headlong into things, you'd have met most of his expectations.
That was harsh.
This isn't just about me, and it never has been. The biggest difference between me and the rest of the victims is that I still have the ability to search for the truth. While that same agency has long been taken from them, the people whose families were destroyed by synth abuse, the people who lost their loved ones to the serial disappearances, and the people who suffered tragic ends due to their sense of justice. Many people's images are flashing before my eyes. I'm sure some are coming to those of you in the audience as well. And whose image do you see, Marcel? Is it a man named Vacher?
A reaction from Marcel.
So you do know that name?
I'm merely surprised you'd suddenly say the name of someone I've never even heard of.
No, that wasn't a reaction to something you never heard of.
I was waiting for you to say that.
The plot twist will be amazing, just wait for it. I am waiting. A little while earlier at the entrance to the synth production base. Oh god! We are going back to Lumen. No! It was getting good. Come on. What is up there? Oh my god. It is so hard to swim with the keyboard. Dude. Can you go up? Thank you. Alright. What do we have here? Don't worry, this part is really good too. Really? Door of Resurrection. Party setup. No. Before that. Do I have to play here with keyboard? No! I don't want... Oh my god, no. Okay, fine. Jade, if you ate anything, be ready. No, I'm ready. It's just... Who should I go in with? I mean, Lumen is basically useless because I didn't build her, so I'm gonna go with... I'm gonna go with my trustworthy team here. No battle? Oh, there is no battle here? Fine, then I can go with the immersion team. Oh god, I don't want to use Ayato, but I'm gonna take Lumen. I can take The show begins now. Oh god. Be ready. No battle, just fool around. Zhongli, so you don't die. No battle, just fool around. I'm not gonna vomit. I mean, what could happen that bad? you know. Where is... Oh, okay, she's here. Let's take Zhongli. And Nahida here. Yep, this team will be... This team will be just fine. I said okay! Oh, I'm just gonna go in. Okay. Alright. Hello. You said no battle, but all I see is battle here. Oh god, this is going to be hard. What does this do? Oh, I'm so slow, god. Alright, start. What is this? By the way, I don't even know what I'm doing right now. My stomach's sensitive, I guess.
In the middle? That guy really prepared a lot of stuff for this place.
Well, my stomach is sensitive when the screen moves too much. Otherwise, I'm fine. Like, I'm actually good at listening or looking at gory stuff. I don't get... I don't get uncomfortable really easily.
See a way. Let's take a look around. Maybe we'll find a hidden mechanism that'll show us the way up.
That will show us the way up? I can't believe you used and don't know. Don't know Traveler. I hate underwater due to the same reason. Just chill, you don't have to be fast here. Well, I haven't used Hydro Traveler yet. This is the first time I'm using them. So, it is only natural that I don't know the skills yet. So I'm gonna go underwater, I take. Can I even open the door here? No, man. Nope, okay. Let's go underwater then. Oh. Let me take this one. Okay, I'm gonna get the E. Oh. Break here. Great. What is this statue? It looks... Who is this? I have no idea. Oh, we're gonna unlock the door with this. Okay. Oh. We are draining the whole water here? No, we are adding more water. Okay. We were trying to find our way up anyways.
The water level is rising. Now we can swim to the top. But this is still a ways away from where we need to go.
Oh, great. Did she just jump out of water? Like, wait a minute. What was that? No. I want to do it again. Now I cannot do it. How did I even do that? Oh my gosh. Dive. Okay, now swim up. No. Not forward. Up. I mean, up. Never mind. Oh, more fighting. I mean, not really fighting, but still. Oh god. What?
The Temple of Wisdom.
No! Why does this have to be so hard with the keyboard?
Yeah, I see everything. Wipe out! Go!
Nice.
Commit it to memory.
Oh no. Now what? Is there anything else in this room? No, not really. You need Traveler 101 lecture. I might. I really might. Okay, even more up now. Great. Aha, we reached it. That wasn't that hard.
Now the path is clear. Let's go.
She didn't do it again, I swear. Am I not sprinting? I am. Look. Wait. I swear. Aha! Thank you. Oh. Look at these mechanisms. I did. If you use your mouse to determine direction, it helps. Yeah, I know. I just am not used to using mouse. It's gonna take me a while to get used to it. More doors. I'm so curious to see what we are going to uncover here. Oh. That was a great entrance. That was really satisfying for some weird reason. Aha. Are these guard mechs that attacked us? Maybe a part of them? Maybe some of them?
Make yourselves at home.
No. No. Change. Oh my god.
Illusion shattered. Inazuma shines eternal.
I'm kind of scared for my life here.
Share my knowledge.
Gather. Order guide.
Oh, are they gone? I was throwing everything I had. You are used to play with controller. Yes, exactly. That's why I suck at keyboard. I always play with the controller, like since the beginning of the game. I started playing on my iPad and hence I used controller, and when I switched to PC, I just kept my controller because I'm used to it.
Though, as expected, the mastermind isn't here.
If I'm not mistaken, he's being charged by Navia as we speak.
That's right. Then let's hurry up and find some evidence so we can get back to the Opera House and help Navia.
You are here, Elemental Side. Look for clues in the headquarters depths. Examine the...
What's all this? It's a bunch of really cute things. Pink accessories, a hair tie, a necklace, even a makeup box.
Thank you, Hial. You're so nice.
Paimon sees it too, but why are all these cute things labeled with different girls' names?
They probably belong to the victims.
You mean the girls from the serial disappearances? They were brought here, and then they were turned into water. And all the boxes of things, these names. That means...
My god.
Oh, this is terrible.
I literally have goosebumps. Missing persons' possessions. You discover objects within the containers labeled with names of those who owned them within the depths of the headquarters. The names here must have something to do with the victims in the serial disappearances case. This might be proof that this was their final stop. It's so sad. Oh my god. Examine bottles.
Whoa! There's so much synth here! And so many bottles of ingredients that probably just contain the waters of the primordial sea.
So many.
Mixing in progress. Ready to drink. Stock sample? Huh. They've also got all the synth pretty clearly labeled. Whoa! There's even fruit-flavored synth?
Well, that definitely proves that this is where they produce synth.
It's super obvious.
press E, it will help you. Thank you for the tip. Examine experiment table.
What's this over here? Looks like some kind of place for research. Experiment number 16 aims to verify Jacob Ingold's research conclusions on the primordial sea and use his theory as a foundation to achieve a breakthrough. The experiment was a failure. No individual managed to resurface from the water from the primordial sea. Female specimens 22, 23, and 24 were dissolved.
24 victims? Calm down, Paimon, oh my god.
Sorry, Traveler. Paimon will try her best. It's just that Paimon's never read something so scary before.
Right, a little scary.
Someone write something that terrible in such a matter-of-fact tone. You read the rest. Paimon's too scared to keep going.
The goal of the researcher is to save his lover, a woman called Vignair, who was dissolved. Oh, so it's the Oceanid that dissolved. Is Vignair, right?
So that's why he did all of these experiments. But did he really think he'd be able to find a way just by dissolving people over and over? That's just insane!
There's another name here. Washar.
Huh? Isn't that the name you heard by
Yes.
the fountain? Paimon thought he was an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case.
No, he's the researcher.
You mean Vache is the one who did all of these... experiments?
The voice I heard from the Fontaine was probably Vignair.
So that's it!
I knew
Vache
it.
was no victim, but personally took his lover and... No, that's not it either! If that's the case, why would he want people to resurface from the water?
There must be more to this than meets the
In
eye.
any case, Paimon will write it all down.
Okay. I told you in the beginning that Oceanid is, or Washar could be the culprit, like more than an eyewitness. It was placed way too perfectly. Oh god. Examine the pool.
Oh, look! There's an important-looking basin over here, and it's full of water!
That must be the water from the primordial
That
sea.
means this is where they make all the synth! And that special water is the main ingredient! If you dilute it with normal water, you'll get synth, but the pure stuff can dissolve a human! Paimon will take notes on this incriminating evidence!
Wow. Look with elemental sight after dialogue to water. How do you even do elemental sight on keyboard? Oh, it's black. Why is it black? Wait. Can I do it again? Oh, that's really eerie. That gave me the chills. Okay. So why is it going up, by the way? Eerie, scary, creepy. Could it be Abyss? Maybe it is connected to the Abyss, like Chasm. Did we see something black in Chasm too? That I cannot recall right now. The water also goes up. It's really strange.
Detective Paimon's eyes!
Like how they say Abyss is actually turned upside down. The water goes also up, so it's maybe it is also like works upside down, just like the Abyss. Oozing thing. Oh, true. So the oozing thing was black in elemental sight. I don't remember looking at it with using elemental sight.
Callus. Navia's father. Oh, this seems to be an investigation report on him.
It's probably related to his and Jacques' case.
Yep. It's about finding someone to assassinate Jacques and Callus because of a lack of confidence that Jacques himself would go through with it. This should the third person, right?
Is there anything else?
We still have not determined the exact content of the key information Callus has passed on to certain members of his organization. The old dog's a real menace to deal with. Even if he abides by the promise he's made to us, he will still have the upper hand. He can act whenever he wants to make our lives miserable. The only option left is to remove him from the picture entirely. I concur. Let's send someone to kill him. He won't declare war as long as we don't touch Navia. Oh, seems like we've got a bunch of correspondence between the higher-ups.
Why would they write this down? They planned this well in advance.
They're all just so evil. We've looked at almost everything here, and it seems like our theories were spot on.
But who really is Vasher?
Yeah, we haven't found anything that reveals his true identity. No wonder even Nervalette wasn't able to find anything. Whoever it is probably destroyed everything to do with that name a long time ago. That way, even if we bring all this back to the opera, we won't be able to identify the true culprit.
Clever, but maybe not clever enough. Let's look again.
Paimon won't admit defeat to this guy either.
Things are happening here. Oh god. Look for clues related to Vasher. What if I look with elementals? Oh my god. That thing being black still haunts me. No, 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 no. I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Are we going to take a look at everything again?
You take that side and Paimon will take this side. Check everything carefully.
Say hello to the plot twist. Okay. I'm waiting. After some time.
Nothing at all. And Paimon can't even find snacks either.
Were you looking for snacks, Paimon, in this situation? Paimon, I found it.
Really? Let Paimon see.
What did you find? A journal?
Vinier. Isn't that Vache's lover's name?
Yeah. Vinier?
You found her diary. Let's see. Aw. It's just a normal diary chronicling their love story. She was so sweet, too. Oh, Paimon feels even worse for her now.
Take a look at this page. She made a list of baby names. What is this? What? Luftatia?
So many! A whole page's worth! But they're all crossed out. Was she unhappy with all of them? The final name she decided on was Marcel.
What?
Wait, but Marcel's pretty old. Has this case been going on for so long that he's Vache and Vinier's grown son?
What? Marcel is son of Vasher and Vinier? Oh my god. Well, they said it's a pretty old case, but I have never thought of that.
Hey! Paimon still hasn't figured it out yet.
So what about baby names? Oh, they decided on Marcel, finally. Oh my god. After obtaining the final piece of key evidence, you race back to Opera Epiclès. I want to tell you the truth, but I'm staying quiet.
Do you see, Marcel?
He's gonna say my mother and my father.
Is it a man named Vache? Oh, so you do know that name.
Of course he knows that name.
I'm merely surprised you'd suddenly say the name of someone I've never even heard of.
Up the volume. Of course, here you go. I hope it is...
I was waiting for you to say that.
Navia! We're back!
As expected of my partner. I just knew you'd return in the nick of time.
Just how often do you intend to flout the rules of this court?
Don't make him angry.
It's all right, Monsieur Nervalette. Given their confidence, I expect they've found the crucial evidence.
Yep, we did. You say you've never heard of Vacher. But, dun dun dun.
But the truth of it, Marcel, is that you've always been Vacher.
Huh?
We've investigated your lair and we already know everything! After your lover, Veneer, was dissolved, you kept abducting young women to experiment on the hopes of bringing her back to you!
I thought he was the son, so he was Vacher? Wait, I'm confused. Didn't they just say Marcel is the son of Veneer and Vacher? Okay, I'm gonna go with what they say. Okay, you've been Vacher all this time.
Created Marcel as a new identity and destroyed all records of your past as Vacher.
Oh. All right. Ta-da!
So that's it. Even the villains in opera performances rarely go that far.
Oh, you must be entertained.
And with that, Marcel's motive has now been established.
This information regarding your past also dismantles your prior timing defense. Well, Marcel, do you know where you went wrong?
Oh my god. Mind-blowing, simply mind-blowing. I agree. Baby died with mama? Baby dissolved? Veneer was pregnant when she dissolved? How do you know that? Keep watching, you'll understand.
You fixated your gaze on the lover that passed away, instead of paying attention to the living people around you. So, you never noticed how we changed, or how we grew as individuals.
You also never understood Boss's real expectations for his daughter.
Or our determination to see things through.
Your determination.
Mr. Marcel, please speak up now if you would like to defend yourself. Otherwise, the trial will move on to the next stage.
Do you really think I wanted to do any of this? Pay attention to you? What for? Have you ever paid attention to me? Ever empathized with my pain? Ever known how it feels to watch the love of your life dissolve right in front of your eyes? No one helped me. No one even believed me. All those decades ago, even the officers from the Maison Gardiennage were laughing at me.
My god. Like, I kinda sympathize with him.
They said there's no way a human being can turn into water. So I must have gone mad from grief. Venier's death was brushed away by all of you as if it didn't matter at all. Well, now you know, don't you? Ha! Well, it's too late now. All those who were dissolved are gone forever. You only have yourselves to blame. You set up this ornate opera house in pursuit of your so-called justice, your beloved drama, while turning a blind eye to the suffering of the people.
Well, that statement is 100% correct. I mean, even though what he did was right, like evil, 100%, this statement is correct.
Veneer is dead. We promised each other that we would always be together. Wherever she goes, I will
Is he gonna
follow.
dissolve himself now?
But I'm not from this blasted place.
Oh,
So
true,
I can't
true.
be dissolved. No matter what I do.
Oh my god.
Hey, is that water from the primordial sea that he's drinking?
I can't dissolve. Can't dissolve. Can't dissolve.
Oh, he's losing it. Marcel's real name, Vacher, is a reference to Joseph Vacher, who was a French serial killer in the 19th century. The name Marcel is also a reference to a French serial killer, Marcel Barbault. Oh my god. Wow, the plot twist was right in front of our eyes. True. What a reference. Hoya took the assignment seriously. As always. As always. My god. Oh my god. But what's going on?
Do you all see? I can't go. I can't follow. So if I can't go where she is, what choice do I have but to try to bring her back? I did all of that, and in the end, that accursed Callus still got the better of me. I spent my entire life living on pins and needles, only to get stabbed by his idiot daughter at the very end.
Oh god, he's losing it.
The suspect is exhibiting signs of mental distress. Guards, please restrain him.
It always starts with bringing back. Exactly.
Don't touch me! Don't anybody come near me! I still need to save Vignier. I promise. We made a promise. Vignier.
Oh
Vignier.
my god.
Please, Vignier. Don't think badly of me. All I want to do is fulfill our promise.
Oh my god. I mean, if he does the restraining personally, I might join you with that. But I don't think he does it personally, so I'm gonna sit back and watch.
At this point, the verdict of this trial is clear. With Mr. Marcel's conviction, the charges against Mr. Tartaglia no longer have any basis.
Thank you. Look at the way he sits. My god. He's gorgeous.
Fine by me. I was in a bad mood, but after a show like that, I'm actually feeling pretty good.
Traveler, please submit all the evidence you have collected to the guards, so that I might review and summarize the truth behind the serial disappearances case.
Of course.
The man now known as Marcel was originally named Vacher and worked as an adventurer with his partner and lover Vignier. During an underwater expedition, Vignier accidentally came into contact with water from the primordial sea and was dissolved in front of Vacher as a result. Vacher learned of the primordial water's existence through the work of others and began to kidnap young women for research, with the goal of discovering a method to restore Vignier back to life. To cover his tracks, he invented the new alias of Marcel and began to operate a business in Poisson. During the course of his research, Vacher discovered that a diluted concoction of water from the primordial sea can induce feelings of euphoria, and began to manufacture and market synth. However, as he accumulated wealth to fund his continued research and expanded the scope, he came into conflict with Spina di Rosula. After exchanging blows with Spina di Rosula for many years, Vacher decided to assassinate their president Callus at a banquet. Although the assassination did not go as Vacher expected, he was able to turn Callus into the murder suspect by dissolving the assassin he sent to the scene. And just recently, Vacher attempted to frame Linny as the culprit of the serial disappearances case, using a similar method. However, his attempt to frame
really
Linny
smart.
failed, and the power of water from the primordial sea became public knowledge. This case also exposed enough of Vacher's machinations that he was eventually successfully charged in court. Thus concludes the enigmatic history of the serial disappearances case, with the truth revealed to all.
Thank you, Mr. Neuvillette. That was a great summary. Oh god, he's gorgeous.
The oratrice will now deliver the final verdict regarding the charges against Mr. Vacher.
Definitely Honkai Star Rail reference. No one can tell me otherwise.
According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, Mr. Vacher is guilty.
Oh. The way he said it.
Guards! Take Vacher away.
Good. It's what he deserves.
Oh, shut up, audience.
The serial disappearances case is over now.
We really just witnessed history. Who would have thought the true culprit would be such a polite and well-spoken guy?
Yippee! We helped Navia bring the bad guy to justice! He's hurt so many innocent people and now he's finally getting what he deserves. Huh? Are you okay?
Navia. Another backstab.
Demoiselle, you were absolutely brilliant.
The day our late boss had always hoped for has finally come. You can rest easy now, knowing justice has been served.
Yeah. It's finally over. It's all thanks to you guys. And my partner.
It must have felt unreal for her.
Spina di Rosula's still doing well with me at the helm.
Well now, hasn't this been a most delicious piece of drama? The villain has been caught, justice has been served, past wrongs have been righted, and it's a big ol' happy ending. Since it's been such a great show, I'll just let the false accusations against me slide. Either way, I've still got some business to attend to. So, if you'll excuse me...
Please wait just one moment, Mr. Tartaglia.
Oh, it's coming. I can feel it.
Ugh, what now? None of this has anything to do with me.
According to court protocol, since this trial was initiated due to a charge against you, a verdict must also be made regarding the initial charge before the trial can conclude.
Oh, come on.
Oh, come on. Is this really necessary? Haven't you already caught the real criminal? Isn't it time for side characters like me to exit stage left?
Please respect the laws of Fontaine. This has always been the rule.
All right, but this sure is a lot of hassle. All I need to do is stand over there, right? Let's just get this over with.
Through evidence presented in the public trial that was just held, it has been established that Mr. Tartaglia has no direct connection to the serial disappearances case. The guilty party has been identified, and thus it is logical to suppose Mr. Tartaglia is innocent of the charges.
Yeah, he is.
We now turn to the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale to render the final verdict on the charges.
It's kind of unnecessary. We already know he is. Is it gonna say he's guilty?
According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, Mr. Tartaglia is... guilty.
What the hell? Your machine is wrong.
What?
I mean, come on.
Hey! That's not funny. Didn't you just say I'm supposed to be innocent?
What the hell?
What's with this verdict? Is your justice machine malfunctioning?
I believe so.
Huh? This has never happened before. The Oratrice actually returned a different verdict from the Chief Justice.
Oh, they have different verdicts.
I mean, have you ever heard of an innocent Fatui Harbinger? Do you think the Oratrice might have just convicted him on general principle?
But it's not his job to convict them on general principle. He has charges against him, and the others are not related. So he's actually innocent on this case. It is not Fontaine's place to judge him of his other doings, right?
But weren't the charges about the serial disappearances case? No matter what else he's guilty of, it shouldn't affect the verdict in this case, right?
Child has been declared guilty by the Oratrice. Just what is going on here?
The judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale is, by law, the final verdict of the court. We must accept the guilty verdict.
Neuvillette, please. Come on.
Guards, please take the suspect into custody per court protocol.
Stop it! The opportunity child
So this is how justice is done in Fontaine. What a joke. You've got your rules. Well, I've got mine too!
Oh my god. So he's using the delusion. Very nice, Shook.
He's activating his spell legacy
outrageous.
I am sorry. If you have been wronged, we will find the truth. But the rules of the court must be upheld.
He one-shotted him without any oh god, wait, he got a scratch on his cheek. He one-shotted his foul legacy. Oh, that man is so strong.
What's going on? Shouldn't they have been cleared already?
Let me wipe your cheek off.
Apologies. This is also the first time I've encountered such a situation. However, according to the rules established at the conception of Fontaine's court system, the Oratrice's judgment is the final verdict of the court.
Chai was like, and got bonked by Nuvi. My god.
All I do is follow court procedure. As for why the Oratrice arrived at the conclusion it did, you should probably ask someone more knowledgeable than me.
If even the Chief Justice doesn't know, then we have no choice but to ask the Archon herself.
Why are you looking at me? I had
You
nothing
little
to
chicken.
do with it. I don't know what happened there either. Hey, stop staring at me!
What does Lady Farina mean by that?
She says she has no idea either, but that's impossible. Didn't she create the Oratrice herself?
Yeah, so are the verdicts reliable or not? Can results like this really be called justice?
Oh no, they are really putting her into a corner.
My dearest citizens, did you really think we'd allow an incorrect verdict to be handed out in this court? Did you really believe that the judgment could be mistaken or be the result of some sort of random mishap? Don't tell me. You thought even I had been blindsided by the Oratrice's result.
It sounds like she didn't create Oratrice.
But the way she looked just now, it was pretty obvious she had no idea.
Yep,
what was
exactly.
going on.
However, given the state of things, I shall give you an explanation. Everything that just took place, including my supposed shock and bafflement, was a part of an elaborate performance, with every action meant to stir up drama
Come on.
and excitement.
Who would buy into this?
And, of course, for every performance there is a script. Everything has unfolded exactly as I expected from the very beginning.
Oh, come on.
As the embodiment of the very concept of justice, the Oratrice shall never render an arbitrary judgment. If you thought Child had nothing to do with the serial disappearances case, it is only because you've been blinded by the superficial appearance of innocence.
She's not making any sense.
Not to mention the danger he poses, are beyond ordinary comprehension and completely unforgivable. All shall be revealed in time. You will come to understand my noble intentions, as well as the absolute correctness of the Oratrice's verdict.
She's just making word salad, exactly.
Now,
Bunch of words, but no real meaning behind
although
it.
I hate to leave things hanging in suspense, it is now time for this performance to end. As the lead actress, I shall be the first to take my leave. Toodaloo!
Toodaloo.
So she chose to make her escape after all, did she?
Oh yeah.
So you're saying we shouldn't put much stock into what she just said?
She probably just put on that performance to save face.
Exactly.
As for the truth, it's unlikely that she actually has any idea.
Way to pull the rug out from under her.
However, please be assured that I will continue to investigate this case in a personal capacity.
Oh, we can
Just
help
as I
you.
promised, if the judgment has been incorrect, we will do our utmost to clear his name.
I can help as much as you want. I have time. I have the resources. I have the experience.
After all, he's done plenty of bad stuff, so he should have known he'd go to prison someday, right?
But as I said, it's not Fontaine's place to judge him. I don't want to leave the opera house, especially in this situation.
Oh, Monsieur Neuvillette! That power you showed when you took him down. Who are you really?
We can help. Exactly.
I'm the Chief Justice of Fontaine, of course. If officers of the law lack the strength and capability to enforce it, then it makes a mockery of justice.
That's true, but you are way too powerful, I think. For a simple... The way he looks down, like, I just can't. I can't. I have... I just have to leave. Like, I can't. I believe, like, I think Neuvillette being the Hydro Dragon makes a lot of sense. Considering the way he looks and his powers. Oh, hi there.
Hey, what are you doing? Quick, stop him!
Is he going to...
Hey, Traveler!
Marcel! What are you doing over here?
Stop resisting arrest! Cease, or we'll add another charge to the
Wait,
list.
I want to talk to him.
No, wait! I just want to ask the Traveler something. I'm not looking to run away. Please, just let me ask this one small thing.
Go on.
Thank you.
See, he's not heartless.
I was being led away when I finally realized something. Where did you first hear the name Vacher?
Fontaine.
I erased all records of that name. So, unless...
Are you still trying to prove your innocence? Give it up. You've already been convicted.
I met her.
Really? You did? You're sure? You met her? But how could that be? How did you manage to do it?
It was around the Fontaine of Lucine.
The Fountain of Lucine? Then she's been so close to me all along. And I just never... Please give me a chance to talk to her again. Just let the Traveler take me to the fountain to see her one last time. This is the last request I'll ever make in my life. You can do whatever you want to me afterwards. I don't care.
What? Give an inch and you want to take a mile? Do you think serial killers get to make requests like that?
I want to take him.
Paimon agrees. Why should we give him what he wants when he's only done a ton of super terrible things?
This request, is it worth as much to you as your life?
Of course! Wait, no. It's worth even more than my life.
Humans. Will they betray the instinct to live just to satisfy spiritual needs?
Humans. He's not a human. Do we even need more proof? Come on. He's a Hydro Dragon. You cannot tell me otherwise.
Very well. I will grant your request.
Oh god, I love him.
Your Honor, I fear that...
I will go with him. You do not need to worry about any escape.
I thought Neuvillette is gonna be cold, but he seems very gentle and compassionate. I agree. I think he looks cold and stern from the outside because he's Chief Justice, but I think he's actually really gentle, kind, compassionate, and emotional even though he doesn't show it. And the way he speaks is just so soft and gentle.
In your most capable hands, Chief Justice.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, let's go. Bring Marcel to the Fountain Plaza. Let's go. Okay, this will be good. Don't speak big. You should watch what you're saying. Did I speak big? Who would say humans if they were a human? Like, do you speak your species from the third perspective? No, I don't. Do we? And he's way too powerful to be a human.
You said she's here, but what do I need to do to see her?
Back then I drank water from the primordial sea. It heightened my sensitivity to hydro element.
And even Paimon could hear her after drinking that thing. Didn't you just drink a lot of it on the stage as well? Oh, in that case...
Vacher.
Yes.
Yes, that's it. So you heard it too.
Vignier, it's me! It's me, Vache!
Vache? Vache?
I'm here! I'm here! Where are you, Vignier? I'm coming for you. I'm finally here for you.
Hey, wait! Be careful! Hey, wait!
What happened to him?
Vignier, is that you? It's me, Vache! Vignier!
Vache? Why did you come? Didn't I say? You don't need to look for me. You look a lot older than I remember. How long has it been?
It's been more than 20 years. I've suffered for over 20 years since the day you left. All this time, only the thought of bringing you back has kept me alive. Nothing else mattered to me.
This is so tragic.
Who would have thought I'd get the chance to tell you all of my feelings like this? Vignier, you are my everything. I really don't know how I could live without you.
But Vache, if you ask me, this world would be better off without you.
What?
What are you saying?
If not for you, I would have finished my law degree and probably become a top-tier attorney one day.
The man suffered for you 20 plus years.
If not for you, I would have continued to pursue my love of the arts, and my works would have been displayed in the Palais Mermonia itself. If not for you, I would at least have been able to take care of my mother. And she would not have grown old and died alone, with nothing but the tears on her cheeks.
Oh my gosh.
It's all because of your selfishness, Vache. It's all because of you.
Was it his fault that she got dissolved?
Wait, you are not Vignier. Who are you?
Oh.
You're right. I am not Vignier. I am the sacrifices. Every woman who died by your hand, as our bodies dissolved, our consciousnesses flowed back to the primordial sea.
So it's the collective consciousness of the woman he had dissolved.
Our thoughts circulated endlessly within the primordial sea.
I'm getting goosebumps.
Individuals. But we became one. Just as streams of water come together in the sea. I'm Cressy. I'm Lemonade. I'm Azine. The only one I am not is Vignier.
Why? But then, where is Vignier?
She doesn't want to see you anymore. Every tendril of her consciousness is avoiding you. This is what you get for your selfishness. Your selfishness robbed us of our lives and our futures. You said time and time again that you'd do any and everything for her. But did you ever consider whether she'd want to see you do the things that you did? If she would despise you for what you became?
Oh God.
I...
He's gonna lose his mind.
You are a liar, a heartless murderer, and a cowardly narcissist.
Yeah, he's really selfish, but oh God, this is so tragic to see.
The only thing you are not is Vignier's beloved. From the moment your first victim died and her consciousness merged with Vignier's, she has had nothing but pure hatred for you.
It looked like I didn't meet Vignier back then either. They must have wanted me to lure Marcel here from the very beginning, so they can face him.
No! Vignier! She can't hate me. Let me see her. Please, have mercy.
You still don't understand. When I said don't look for me, that came from the real Vignier. She really doesn't want to see you anymore. But on top of that, she also said that because it's her final drop of pity for you. She said that because she knew that if you did come here, We will show no mercy to you.
Oh, that's totally reasonable.
Vache.
Vache? Vache. 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 Vache.
Now I know what you mean when you said horror movie. Oh. Later, the guards find out the culprit of the serial disappearance of him. Yeah. Oh my god, I was reading! He met his end there? Oh. Well, we can say that he got what he deserved at the end.
Finally, we have some time to do shopping. Gosh, it's really been a long time since we've been able to relax.
Shopping is stressful in its own way, though. What just happened and you're talking about shopping? No, I cannot get over what just happened in a second. You didn't even give me time to process it all. He lost his soul in there.
Well met, partner.
Wow.
I knew something great was going to happen when I woke up in such a good mood today.
Even this weather can't put a damper on the demoiselle's mood.
It's a pleasure to see you both again.
Thank you, Silver.
Oh, hey, Navia! It's been a few days. Paimon's already started to miss you.
Oh, now that I believe. I'm easy to work with and always bring home the bacon. Who wouldn't treasure having a partner like me?
Sounds like you're
True.
really enjoying life these days, Navia. What have you been busy with since the trial?
It's just been one thing after the other. I've been making non-stop trips between Poisson and the court since then. Everyone from Spina di Rosula organized a memorial for my father. We never held a memorial when he first died, since everyone knew that even if we held one back then, no one was going to come.
Now they
This time,
will.
though, everyone in Poisson, and even many people from the court, all attended.
So his name's definitely been cleared now. That's what we like to hear.
Traveler sees a man who lost his soul. Same traveler just a few seconds later. I am tired from shopping. I mean, according to game, it has been several days. So I think several days is enough to get over after seeing a man losing his soul to a bunch of his victims. Well, that was intense.
It's been
But
the
now
dearest
they're
wish
taking
of
down a
Demoiselle
notch.
all along.
We get to see Happy Navia.
Stubborn fool. I was right to put my faith in him. I'm so glad I didn't give up on the case all those years ago.
Things turned out as well as they could have.
Oh, by the way, I ran into Charlotte just after I left the memorial service. Well, maybe it'd be more accurate to say I knew she would be there.
Of course.
And there was no way she'd just let me go.
Huh? So you know Charlotte too? The Charlotte? Journalist from the Steambird?
Yeah, way back when I first became the president of the Spina di Rosula, she was all over me. Wouldn't take no for an answer. I believe the story was called The True Heart of Darkness. Secret Tales of the Yellow Rose.
Yellow Rose.
To be fair, though,
Great name.
it was a really flattering feature. So, we've been on pretty good terms ever since. She was trying to lean on our friendship to get me to do an exclusive piece on the serial disappearances case.
Oh yeah, she told us about that. She's always been super interested in that case, so now her wish has finally come true too.
Anyway, I told her to make sure that when she writes about you guys entering the opera house with the critical evidence, that you both sound really cool.
Because we are.
Now that's another thing to look forward to. We trust Charlotte's skills with a pen for sure.
Oh, and in other news, I also took Clarand out for a meal.
Oh.
Oh, are you two on better terms now?
While you were investigating Vache's headquarters, Clarand gave testimony on my father's behalf. It was thanks to her that we were able to turn the tide. I wanted to thank her. I mean, there's also no point in being awkward all the time, so we took the chance to reconcile with each other.
Oh, that's great. Paimon also thought Clarand wasn't actually a bad person. It's always good to have more friends.
Anyway,
now that the case has finally been solved, perhaps it will slowly begin to fade from the public consciousness.
And Navia can find some peace.
Actually, there's still one last thing I need to do.
What is it?
I should pay a visit to my father's grave and tell him the truth of what happened, as well as how it all ended. And on top of that, just how much people still look up to him to this day. That includes me, too.
Miss Navia.
Indeed.
Can I come too?
We want to go too! We also think Callus is a really admirable person.
Sure thing. I'd like you two to share the moment with me. After all, without you, there might not have been such a positive ending.
And in that case, everyone, let's be off. Considering the recent weather, we'll be lucky if we can reach Poisson before dark.
Yeah, you're right.
It's been raining non-stop, she said.
This is where my father's grave is. To be perfectly honest, even I haven't been back here for a long time.
Huh? There's someone there already.
Oh god.
Wait,
Really?
that figure. It can't be.
Who is...
Isn't that Nervalette? Why would the Chief Justice be here? Huh? Navia?
Why is he here?
My apologies. I should have asked before coming to pay my respects.
He's killing me.
Don't say that.
Yeah, you've been pretty hard on him, Navia. Maybe you should apologize,
Sorry about that.
Stop apologizing to me, please. I just want to give him a hug. Look at that face.
Oh, I was trying to say there's no need for you to apologize. I wanted to show my father how much I've grown, but still, I doubt I've grown to the point that even the Chief Justice would feel compelled to apologize to me over and over.
In that case, I will stop apologizing for now.
You really could use some pointers on understanding human emotions, Monsieur Nervalette. In any case, why did you come to Poisson?
Well, ever since that day, I've been turning a question over and over in my head. Just what is justice anyway? There was once a time when I didn't want to believe that there could be anything more important to humans than life itself.
Oh, but there is.
Rather than that, it's probably more truthful to say I didn't believe humans were capable of resisting the most basic instinct of living things. That they could rebel against their own nature, or consider certain things to be more important than their own lives. Which is also why I didn't stop your father from beginning that fateful duel. I believed that a truly innocent man would never throw away his life like that. That there was nothing, should have been nothing more important than one's own continued survival. But Mr. Callus proved me utterly and decisively wrong. If not for his sacrifice, the serial disappearances case would have remained unsolved to this day. Mr. Callus made the choice he did for his daughter, for his associates, and for many people completely unrelated to him. And in the end, from a certain perspective, one could say that he did it all for the sake of justice. A justice that's higher than life itself. So, you asked me why I came here.
I'm gonna cry.
I just wanted to say my apologies to Mr. Callus in person. I should have noticed all of this much sooner. This regret has filled me with a sadness that has haunted me for days.
That's why it has been raining for days.
That high and mighty chair in the Opera Epiclese indeed insulates one from many important things. Spina di Rosula, thank you so much for your hard work and perseverance.
I'm sorry for being mad at you before. So, you're actually one of those types that's cold on the outside, but pretty thoughtful on the inside, huh?
Yes,
That reminds me of Silver, one of my guys.
Sorry about that. Self-expression is not one of my strong suits.
I want to hug him so bad.
Didn't I just say you don't need to apologize?
So Navia and Neuvillette seem to have made their peace as well. Let's not disturb them for now. We can wait till after they're done.
I want to talk with... Oh no, he's gone. No, he's there. Okay, good.
Paimon's never paid respects at someone's grave before. Did Paimon do anything rude there?
Well, you're not usually supposed to fly around someone's grave.
Paimon didn't know that was a thing. But Paimon doesn't know what she would do if she can't fly. Oh no. Paimon hopes Miss Navia won't be too mad.
That's the American Traveler's face. Wow, she took it seriously.
Anyway, Neuvillette is still standing around there. It's not often that we can catch him alone like this, so...
Oh yeah,
why don't
definitely.
we go talk to him for a bit? If we can...
Speak Navia before Nuvi? Okay.
Paimon's really sorry, Navia, but...
What are you saying, Paimon? I don't think I get it.
I skipped it by accident.
Aren't you not supposed to fly around someone's grave?
Huh? Who told you that?
Hey, Traveler! Why did you mess with Paimon again?
Well, what else is she supposed to do? That smirk was phenomenal. Okay, let's talk to Nuvi. Hydro Dragon, please don't cry.
Oh, it's you two. Did Miss Navia invite you to come pay your respects to her father?
We ran into Navia on the streets today, so we just followed her here.
I see. Then is there something that I can help you with?
Yeah, we want to be your assistant.
Well, it's pretty hard to run into you like this since you're usually super busy. So we figured we could try to ask you a few questions, if that's okay.
Yeah, can I be your assistant?
Please feel free. Though outsiders, you helped us solve one of the greatest mysteries in Fontaine, and it would be my pleasure to return the favor.
About water from the primordial sea.
So, at court, the bad guys referred to that special water as water from the primordial sea, but what is it really?
Truthfully, that name is already quite accurate. I can only surmise that Vacher and his ilk only learned of its nature and existence after extensive research. There used to be a special sea on the surface of this planet. The nature of its seawater was rather different from that of the sea we know today. Most of Tevat's life forms were first born in that special sea. You could say it nurtured much of the life on this planet.
So people from Fontaine are actually from that special sea?
So it really was where everything began. It makes sense to call it primordial then.
But today, the primordial sea no longer exists on the planet's surface. What Vacher discovered must have been some kind of special case, or a remnant from a truly ancient age.
He looks gorgeous, like I cannot even focus on what he's saying. It's not funny, but look at him. His eyes are just on another
That's
level.
how it is. Oh, you really know everything, Monsieur Neuvillette. But if that's the case, then why would people, at least people from Fontaine, dissolve in that kind of water?
Indeed. Why would the primordial sea, which was known to engender and nurture life, suddenly reverse itself and devour life instead? To be frank, that also doesn't match my understanding of this world and its laws. There must still be some unknown secrets around the people of this land. Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about?
Of course. About the prophecy that has been circulating around
That the sea levels
Fontaine.
will rise and everyone will be dissolved in water, leaving Farina crying alone on her throne, but the sins of the people will be finally washed away for good. Does that appropriately summarize the version you've heard?
That's right! It was Linny that told us back then. And that about covers all the main points.
Yes, up to the present, I think we reached a point where we have no choice but to confront this prophecy directly. Rumors have it that this prophecy is rooted in the last words the former Hydro Archon left to the world before she passed away.
A prophecy? Of the former Hydro Archon? Wow. This is the first time that we've ever heard of it.
2 parts of the prophecy have already proven correct. The rising sea levels and the ability of the people of Fontaine to be dissolved. We should be more vigilant and stay on the watch for further signs. Speaking of the prophecy, Farina has also always taken it quite seriously. Indeed, she has been collecting information and intelligence from across Tevat for this purpose.
So the prophecy is actually true. So it's not a prophecy.
If the rumors were true, then perhaps this prophecy is the conundrum left to Farina by her predecessor.
But with Farina being the way she is, can we really trust her to solve it?
Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about?
He doesn't answer. About child.
My apologies. My investigation has still not reached its conclusion.
Oh, I can help you reach a conclusion.
However, I still believe the judgment of the Oratrice was not rendered arbitrarily.
But you also said you thought he was innocent.
For many years, I have been quite aware that the Oratrice does not simply mechanically repeat the verdict that I give on each case. As a divinely created mechanism, the people's unified faith in the concept of justice is integrated into it. Not only can it produce the incredible power of indemnitium, but it likely also possesses other traits, such as self-awareness. Which is all to say, I have been prepared for a situation like this for a long time.
And now what?
So when Linny told us that he heard a human voice from the room where the Oratrice's core is stored...
I was not aware such a thing had occurred. Perhaps that could serve to prove my conjecture. I will add that to the list of items to investigate. In any case, I am inclined to believe that the Oratrice does have a methodology all its own. We just do not have enough information. Based on Farina's reaction, I doubt even she had any idea what was going on. She managed to bluff her way through it, though, with her time-tested twin tricks of bravado and drama.
Every time he speaks of Farina, he just sounds so done with her.
While we do intend to get to the bottom of this, for now, we regret to say that the Fatui Harbinger will just have to bide his time in the fortress of Meripede.
Oh my god.
If we did incorrectly convict him of crimes he did not commit, we will most certainly compensate him to the fullest extent allowed by the law.
If you ask Paimon, the only compensation he'll want is a no-holds-barred fight with you.
Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about?
About my sibling.
Your sibling? Another blonde-haired traveler. I'm sorry, but I've never seen anyone who matches that description. If he ever stepped foot in Fontaine, I'm sure he followed our laws to the letter, and had no reason to appear on the stage of the opera Epicles. Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about?
I have no more questions.
Very well. It was my honor to provide you with what answers I could. I very much enjoyed conversing with you.
Well, it was my honor to converse with you.
It will soon be time for me to leave this blissful tranquility behind and return to Palais Memornia.
You really are super busy, Monsieur Neuvillette. Paimon thought you only came here to pay your respects today because you had the day off.
Crime and villainy do not have the day off, and so justice must work around the clock as well. This is merely the nature of a justice's work.
All right, you've got a point. Huh? Paimon just noticed that the rain has stopped.
Maybe Hydro Dragon doesn't cry anymore. Wow, that was a wild ride. Whew. So this concludes our Act 2 of the Archon quest. Thank you all so much for joining today, doing the Archon quest with me. It has been a wild ride. I will see you all. Take care until then. Love you all. Have a great rest of the night. See ya. Bye-bye.